Yeah. We'll just transition over because it's so broken. I literally give up.
Radiant.
Yeah, so how could you have Mrs. Orange as he used to be
I
orange?
just give up tonight.
The mid's right.
I look pasty. Pasty.
Pasty.
I'm going to get in on his Oh, yeah. Look, I'm glowy now.
Hello, everybody.
I'm glowing.
Welcome to... I don't even know what this is anymore. There we go. We just spent about 40 minutes probably longer, trying to get this set up. This is what happens when you go on holiday, Rithius. It's all your fault. All your fault. Why did you go on holiday? Right.
Right, okay.
Let's see how long this lasts before it all breaks. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stout and Sturdy D&D Lost Mines of Phandelver campaign that we are all doing and learning. So this is basically the starter campaign that Dungeons and Dragons offer, and since we're all learning, we've decided to use this as our beginning campaign so we can all learn together and see what's going on. We've had a shit ton of technical issues, as I'm sure you can probably all gather from what's been going on the stream. We're kind of getting there, hopefully. Maybe. Other than that, I've lost everything. I've lost the will to carry on. So if anyone wants to carry on, it's more than welcome to. No, so this week, Rithius is not with us. He's decided to go on holiday, and he thinks that's more important than playing D&D. So unfortunately, he's not here. Kane is still with us, but he hasn't got his webcam working, and Josephina now has got a webcam working. So, yep, it's all good. Right, so as the campaign continues, so far the adventuring band had been given a job by Gundren Rockseeker to escort some mining supplies from Neverwinter to the mining town of Phandelver, or it's just a little village. On the way there, the group came upon two dead horses in the middle of the road, and while inspecting those horses, they got ambushed by goblins. After defeating those goblins and capturing one of them, they asked the goblins some questions, who told them that their friend had been taken captive up in the Cragmaw caves. So they proceeded to follow. Well, actually, Thalin decided to let the goblin go, and then they proceeded to follow up into the cave behind. So once in the cave, they came across some wolves, which they managed to settle down and talk. Well, Josephina, being the druid, managed to talk them down and stop them from aggressively attacking them. They kind of set them free, but at the moment, or when they left them, they were feasting on leftover goblin. Then they managed to climb up an escarpment into another chamber full of more goblins, and proceeded to slaughter all the goblins in that chamber as well. And then we left it on a point where one of the goblins, which looks like more of a leader in the room, grabbed hold of a human and took him to the edge of a cliff face, and held him over and threatened, well, asked basically for a truce and threatened to let go if they carried on fighting. The group recognised that the human that was being held was Sildar, which was someone they actually rescued recently before, who got stuck and got caught into trouble. And so that's pretty much where we've got up to. So I'm just going to look. So basically we were, I don't know if the initiative order is still on the board. So as I say every week, we are still learning this. It may take us a little bit of time to get through some scenarios, but hopefully we are supposedly improving each time. I do wonder. So I think the initiative order is still correct.
This Sildar is pretty crap. It's the second time he got caught.
Well, you can tell him that. So what we'll do is, before we had a little bit of an issue in terms of, because of it was in mid-combat when the Goblin decided to kind of grab hold of Sildar and bring him to the edge, and we were trying to work out the way to kind of resolve how this would work. So after talking to some people and reading about it, I think what we will do is you carry on in kind of like the initiative order that we have. If anybody wants to do some actions, then they can tell me and say that their plan is to do an action. If basically so having the conversation with the Goblin leader, if those that decide that they don't want to do any action but want to talk to him or talk him down, it's fine. If you all agree with that, then we kind of go out of the initiative break and you just go into a conversation. But if someone does want to do an action, then they have to wait for their turn to come around in initiative order, and then the Goblin letting the human go would be a reaction, or it could even still be an action. The same way as if somebody else wanted to do an action, like say for example if Thalin wanted to charge the Goblin, you guys would be able to do a reaction to that action. So if you wanted to stop him doing that, you could like maybe shout at him or whatever abilities you've got to try and do as a reaction, and then it's up to him or how that plays out whether you're going to do that. So what we'll do is we'll take it back to that point where the Goblin spoke to you all and told you that he wanted a truce, and then I believe it was like Bryn's turn after that. So basically, if you're all ready, we'll start.
Yep. Last time we try and calm him down collectively as a group, so he doesn't go nanos and drops the guy. Yeah, lucky. Unless anyone wants to do something.
Talk. I agree with talk.
So is anyone planning on doing an action?
No.
I was going to do a reaction mainly if our raging friend does anything.
Okay, well you could you're before him, so you could set your thing as an act. So that's how you could say it. So you would say that you want to hold your action in case such and such happens.
Yeah, I would say that's okay. So because this is very new to me as well, so I've never done that before. So yeah, I would say I'll judging on the rest of the parties, whoever's kind of like wants to talk, I'm going to go with the consensus. But what I am aware of is I got a raging dude here. So what I might do is if he does do something, my reaction will be to cast my invisible servant to stand between him and the Goblin to stop him, at least enough to make him have to use his action to get through my servant, which slows him down a little bit more.
Okay.
Kind of thing to stop him from hurting him.
I'm sort of thinking.
Stop him.
Can't see him either.
To kind of calm him down.
He doesn't rage and slice him.
I was thinking that if he leads us to the other Goblin, then we could kill the other Goblin, and then we might be able to kill him anyway.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
In the room.
Okay. I'm gonna whisper. Who's close to me?
What kind of negotiation is this?
Come here. Let me tell you this little plan.
You can't kind of do that because as soon as you all start moving and gathering, that's like an action. So it's like moving is like an action.
You've heard my thoughts.
Don't trust the woman down there, right? One more and this human's gonna die.
What do you want to do, Kill?
I've got an arrow knocked, and I'm just waiting for anything to trigger me. I'm happy with the group's decision. I'm just hanging back, ready to kill anything if it needs me. But I do say let's save this human, this error-prone to being caught human, and let's find the other captive. And if we saved them, we can decide on the outcome of the goblins.
What do you want to do, bro?
Their fate.
Okay.
Bro, what do you want to do?
Bryn.
Yeah.
It's his turn, so
Yes.
he's kind of like he should be leading the sort of chat.
Oh, I should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your turn. What do you want to do?
Absolutely nothing.
They're just gonna say nothing. Okay.
I suppose
well,
it's like making a
Okay.
choice.
So basically, Retius or Thalin told me what he wanted to do with his character anyway. So I'll play that out. So he basically wanted to turn around and he turned. So he's currently in a rage as a barbarian with a goblin in front. The other goblin pulls back as the goblin leader kind of shouts and said, "Look, let's hold a truce." The fighting kind of stops, as Thalin turns to look towards Silden, he recognises Silden because he was grouped with him before, and he lets the sort of rage calm flow through him, and his rage dissipates as he then shouts out to Silden, "Ah, so it's your bad luck that always gets us caught. No wonder you bought me so many drinks the first mission." I know he doesn't sound like this. I can't do Ritius. "You'll owe me lots more drinks after this one. What can I do for you now, friend?" And so Sildar kind of splutters. He's already been beaten to near death, and he says, "Oh, just do as the goblin asks, but don't trust him."
So do we have a deal? Are you gonna kill this leader for me?
Deal.
Carve him.
Carve him up how you want. I'm trying to think of his freaking name now. Don't do anything.
Well, I mean, I personally I'd like to know a few more details, if that's okay.
What do you want to know?
How many guards does he have?
There's at least 5 or 6 and a pet warg.
Okay, 5 or 6 and a
Pet
pet
wolf.
warg.
Wolf.
It's worth good work.
Wolf.
Any
Dwarf.
traps or
Is anyone-
It's like traits. Are they?
Do you have a map or any sort of kind of way of kind of like to see the layout of these caves? Like which way would he be from here, and will we encounter any traps along the way?
or surprises?
Or
Yeah, surprises.
will he come with us and help us?
No. Backstab.
I don't trust this fella. He looks a bit shady to me.
I'm not leaving here. I've got this human here. He's my prisoner, and I'll keep him as a guarantee until you kill Clog. As for traps, goblins are always tricksy. You can never tell. By the way, should be clear.
Who's Clog?
Clog is the leader of all of us. Horrible bugbear. Beats us all, tells us what to have had enough.
Why don't you stand up? Why don't you stand up to him so he's no longer your master?
Because other goblins are afraid and they do as they're told.
What if we help you?
That's what I'm asking you to do. Go and fucking kill him. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Well, just know that we do this for you. You've seen what we can do to your so-called goblins here, mighty warriors. If you backstab us in any way or break your contract with us, you do realize you are going to die and die horribly.
Perhaps.
We will send the barbarian back.
Oh no, perhaps. There's already a spell on you, my friend, and if you break your body, you will
Seems
die.
like dusts himself down.
Get it off! Get it off! What spell? Get your spells off me.
Just to make sure that you do not break your word. So just know that if you cheat us in any way, you fry.
You fry.
I have my tricks and my ways, don't you worry.
How do we get to Clark? Where is he at the cave, you said?
Did you see the bridge on the way in?
Yeah.
See,
There was a bridge? I don't know, guys. Did we see a bridge? I don't recall.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
we saw a bridge. A rickety bridge.
You cross the bridge. He's around there.
Okay.
Can we treat the prisoner's wounds first before we go anywhere? He's looking very injured, and we have a healer here who could, I don't really want to come back and see my friend any more harmed. He looks like he's almost on death's door, so I'd like to.
I'll make sure he lives. Don't you worry.
No, it's not part of the deal. I would really appreciate it if we could actually look at him and treat his wounds. You can stay here. You can hold the sword to his throat all the time. It's not a problem. But I'd just like to have one of us kind of just check him over and make sure that he's okay before we go anywhere.
One of you can approach.
Okay.
But I will have this knife to his neck, and if anyone tries anything, I'll slit his throats from ear to ear.
Fair enough.
What is
I
this?
can do it if you guys need me to.
Whoever's got the most healing, or whoever's got wants to go, would be a good idea.
Tavern offered healing potions.
I don't know if I have a healing potion. Do I?
Well, Artex just said he can do it, so.
Artex
I've got spells. I'll rather use spells, so don't worry about the potions. With the spells we can relearn. Potions, difficult to refill.
Yeah.
So I'll go check him out.
Cool.
Medical backpack.
As you do, so you notice the goblin just kind of puts the blade right up against his neck, like so. There's no movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check out this order and make sure he's not dying. If he is, make sure that he's stabilized, that he's not going to die in a minute.
He's just about
Can you make him
stable. But you can tell that any sort of, even just like a hit round the head would probably kill him or take him out. So he's in a pretty bad way. Are you using a spell or?
Should we just have a chat about what our plan is without?
We'll let him do this bit first. We'll let him do this bit first.
Okay.
We can heal him if his hit points are low. I can probably cast cure wounds or healing word. We can just give him a little bit of extra health if we want.
Go for it.
I don't mind if the goblin would allow us to do it.
Yep.
As long as it's just you. I don't want to see any movement from anyone else.
Okay, cool.
Start dancing.
I cast cure wounds on him. We gain 1d8 plus 4 hit points.
Okay. So if you want to roll that.
By the way,
Wow. 8 plus 4, 12.
Okay.
Nice. Very nice, sir.
Miss, by the way, what's this goblin's name?
Have you asked him?
Hey, pointy-eared, green, annoying thing. What's your name?
Isn't that cunning?
Okay, one moment. Just getting Sildar's hit points is... Where is it? I think it's... He hasn't got all that, so it's less. Okay, there it is. Yeah, no problem. So what was that? You were asking the goblin what his name is?
Yes, sir.
My name is Yeemik. Now, if you've done your healing, back away. Go and keep your side of the bargain.
Just another question. What is up with this water that keeps on gushing out of the cave every now and again? Why is it doing that? What is the cause of it?
Stupid fleshies. You know nothing. You're obviously making noises as you come through our caves, don't you? Eh? Clattering around, knocking things over. Of course we hear you. Those water flows are from our traps.
Now, is it going to give us any further problems as we try and eliminate your friend?
Dunno, are you gonna go around shouting your heads off every time you walk round? I'm not in control of your abilities. If you can't keep quiet, the rest of the goblins are gonna come and eat ya. You haven't got much. You can go and kill Clark, or you can go and get eaten yourself. I don't care. Do what you want, but I can't help ya.
I say we go find this pot fellow and murderize him.
I agree.
Yeah, he's got him anyway, another prisoner. It's just that
And
it's
then
not the same
if
situation.
we kill him, if we kill him, we can get our friend back, and yay. Unless you guys want to ask him anything else.
I think we should go and kill him as well. I agree. And
Let's move off to that little alcove where we just in the previous room, and we can have a discussion before we go over the little bridge.
we could always have a quick chat before the bridge, couldn't we?
Yes, that's what I suggest.
Yeah.
That's literally what you just said.
Okay, be back in a...
Let's.
I'm a bit
Yeah,
worried.
My southern accent's a bit bad.
Oh, I just need to
Be
learn
back in a
it.
flash,
Learn
yeah,
the
man.
Before we
language.
go, Uluk, so, will we be meeting you here?
Yeemik.
Different location in the cave. Ulick.
Yeemik. Yeah, oh, forget it. Stupid.
Okay.
Freaking tiefling.
Can we see?
Come back here. I'll still be waiting. I don't think this Shumi's gonna last much longer if I try and drag him anywhere else.
Can
Okay.
can we cast? Can we see if he's telling the truth? What's it called when you?
You can,
sure?
yeah.
You're-
What truth are you
Yeah.
trying to tell, though? Or whether he's still going to be there?
Whether he's honest and whether he will be there with the man. What's his name? With Sildar.
So whether he's still going to be there when you come back.
Yeah, and I'll cast guidance.
Okay, so if you roll a d20 and add and do insight check.
12, and I think it's a 1d4, isn't it? And guidance.
Yes, guidance is 1d4. I'm killing my throat with this accent.
Oh gosh, 1. Perception is it?
So
Or
1.
insight.
So 13 plus insight. Yeah.
What's it we're saying? 13 plus 3, 16.
Okay. As far as you can tell, I mean, he's a goblin. He looks a bit shady, but as far as what you can read, he will still be there when you come back. Yeah.
Okay.
What did he call the other guy? The other one that we went to kill? Did he name him
Clark.
or not?
Clark.
Clark. Sorry, I'm constructing a very devious plan right now. In my head.
Eunuch.
Yeemik. Ah, whatever.
If we bring Clark back to you so you can kill him, is there anything extra in it for us? You'll have a better standing with your tribe.
Perhaps I could sweeten the deal a little bit.
Okay. We'll see if we can maybe swing that. No promises, of course.
Of course, you people don't promise anything.
I'm the shorter promise.
Just a quick death.
So we're just going to try and club him so he doesn't die.
Well, we can see how it goes, can't we?
I just like the options.
I suppose if it's easy to take, we could take him. But if it's risky, we'll just kill him.
He's a bugbear and he's got a pet donkey walk thing. So maybe not.
I'm just so gonna ride that.
I doubt it.
Get on the wall.
We have druids that can tame the walk. Are we in the conversation area now? I hope we.
He can still hear you because you haven't moved anywhere yet.
Okay. Should
Okay.
we head off then?
Yeah, see you later and start twaddling at least.
Okay.
Not another mark on that young fine man's head.
Very well. Just hurry yourselves back, because I'm getting hungry.
The meats.
Can I cut off one of the legs of one of the goblins that are one of the arms of the goblin on the way past and throw it up to him and say, "If you're hungry, eat that."
I'm starting to warm up to you.
And he kind of just grabs the leg.
Right.
So, okay, so you're going to all back off down
Head to the bridge.
towards where the bridge is? Or just what, around the corner, or are you going to go...
Well, I mean, we walked around the corner last time. I walked into a whole shitload of trouble, didn't we? So can we just kind of like convene on this corner bit here? We won't be able to hear us. Just where Brun is. Brun is even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Because I am keen to discuss a cunning plan.
Okay.
Planning that is cunning.
Don't
A
forget
most
Winnie.
cunning plan.
Come on, Winnie.
Okay.
Did we leave Goblin 3 alive?
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The discussion happened before then.
Okay, so let me know when we can discuss stuff.
So you're there, so yeah. Okay, so basically as you walk out through the cave, you walk down back the passageway that you first came. But instead of going to the right down where the escarpment was, you just kind of gather on the corner. As you see where it bends, if you look round from the corner, you can just about see the start of the wooden bridge. Those of you with dark vision can notice that the bridge, probably to the other side of it. Those of you without, I don't know, has anyone got a torch or anything? Or are you keeping your lights out at the moment?
Did he provide us with any information about, like, I asked about the traps and stuff? He just gave us information about the number of people. We didn't.
He said they all were tricksy.
And
It basically implied that they could be, because it's in their nature.
Okay. People might not know all of them. Okay.
But he didn't give us specifics.
Okay, so guys, I don't trust this guy as far as I can spit. We have an opportunity, potentially, to catch him off guards. If we could draw him away from the prisoner now, we could potentially kill him, get the prisoner, and then go kill this other guy. We've got the information we need to know about it. I'm just thinking to myself, I can cast, and I can put my Mask of Many Faces on, turn myself into a goblin. The only thing I can't do is talk goblin. So I need someone to talk it. I could potentially stand at the door and call him, or the person could call him on his behalf, or I could mimic your voice, something you say using my minor illusion. I could make a sound or to draw him away from the target, and then we could kill him. Just an idea. We've already healed him. We've healed him. He's not as badly damaged. Thalin speaks Goblin.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking we could take an advantage on him. Maybe not instantaneously, but I'm just thinking there's an opportunity. Maybe when we return, possibly, or I don't know. So we've been away for a while. We could maybe spring a trap on him to try and deal with him later. I don't know. Just thinking. Now or later. It's up to you. What do you guys think?
I just quickly want to ask, is Goblin 1 also alive, or just...
I think there's another...
weirdly.
They're all dead except for Goblin 3, I believe.
Okay.
We could use the bugbear creature thing as bait? Somehow goad him out, use it to our advantage, maybe?
Just
I've only one concern.
Mm.
It's only 2 people we have to face. It's not that bad, but I feel we might. Well, we have an issue. If we go to the next room and we have a big fight, we do leave 2 enemies behind us.
Yeah.
But I feel the need for him to get rid of his what do we call it? Challenger in the tribe or leader of a tribe.
Chief.
Might outweigh him backstabbing us, which also brings up the question, if he is so scared of this other dude, do we want to face him with the option of maybe being slightly hurt or carrying less spells that we might have to use against this guy?
Everything is cantrip, so I know these spells like the back of my hand. There's not a problem about the spells.
Oh, okay.
My spells. It's not a problem. I can use them over and over again. But I do think that if we do anything now, he'll suspect because we've literally just left. So potentially, let's go deal with this guy, come back, and then we could potentially lure him away. Maybe we could play a sound, say that this guy is dead, like a goblin charging, saying he's dead, and he may come to come and we need your help or something. People are attacking. The king, attacking Olak, we need your help, whatever. And then he might either come down the stairs or whatever, to approach the goblin. We might be able to try and entice him somehow away from the target. And once that happens, poof, you guys come in and work your.
I think I have an idea on your wicked plan.
Okay,
did you not change yourself into a bush? So if you have a good look at Caleb, can you change yourself into Caleb?
Yes, I can turn myself into to him as well. I've already seen him, so I could become Caleb.
Yeah, we haven't seen him yet. Well, the guy we're going to kill.
Yeah. I could potentially become Caleb. Yeah.
Clark, you mean?
Wait, guys, just pause quickly. Just want to know. Just check. I'm just checking to make Clog. I'm just checking to make sure that the goblins aren't actually listening in on our conversation. So I just want to do a check for that quick.
I'm doing it like this is like close together, very quietly spoken. Not
just
like
making sure.
Just for the DM, just so these
I'm closer to him than I would ever like to be.
Yeah, it's not like full loud stage whisper.
The only disadvantage is if we do something wrong or something goes pear-shaped, he might kill Sildor.
Well, he might do. I mean, there's a few options. There's a few things we can do.
I can
transform into lots of things.
I do think we shouldn't take him at face value, and he very may go back on his word when we get back, and he may well attack us. And so I think we need to keep an open mind about what we do after we've killed this. Is it Caleb?
If we get an opportunity to knock Caleb out, we should take it.
Clog.
Okay.
Clog.
K-L-A-R-G. K-L-A-R-g.
K-L-A.
While you're discussing this, Des, can you roll for stealth, please?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
I like the idea.
To have a plan at least.
Kill, I like your idea of bringing the guy back.
20.
But we bring Baron back.
We don't have to. Yeah, we don't need to bring him back. We bring me back. I can just discuss. Depending on his height, I can only.
We'll drag you and put a
1 foot difference.
Put something around you.
Yes, you could make me drag me in and change.
Drag you so that you don't have to speak.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We got this.
That's a great idea. Let's do it. That is a great idea.
Pleasure.
He'll want to come. You just bring him to come forward, and when he comes to try and take the attack on me, that's when you can spring the attack on him. Like you're thinking. Like it. Right then.
Right, okay.
Let's. I'm going to roll for stealth as well, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Are you all stealthing or?
I'm gonna
I
roll
don't
for
have
stealth.
dark vision, so I'm stealthing and walking straight into a wall and say, bugger that.
I'm stealthing if everyone else is stealthing.
Yeah, I'm.
Peer pressure.
I rolled a 3.
Okay.
What's the stealth
So-
again?
D20.
D20 and guidance.
Mm,
Can I do
Oh,
guidance with it?
I think so, yeah.
4 minus 1.
Ah.
15.
15. Is it a stealth check as well?
I'll take to you stealthing.
17 for me.
Sorry?
Are you stealthing? Everybody else seems to be stealthing. Are you joining?
17 for me as well.
17.
Stealth.
Okay.
That's 4,
We're
21.
like twins.
Brune?
Always 17.
2.
Oh, I rolled it too, but I wasn't interested in stealthing anyway. So I just
Okay.
behind it.
And
I'm walking in the back.
Drake, what did you get?
I didn't stealth. I'm just trying to make. I'm not doing the proper stealth. I'm just walking, but not trying to make noise. So just slowly. I'm gingerly, slowly walking, just not stealthing.
Okay, so you're going quietly, but
And I
not.
say to Winnie,
Stealth.
just hold back a bit.
Yeah, not as bad as needing to fully go stealth.
Because Winnie can't stealth, so I say to Winnie, just hold back a bit.
Okay.
Make that wolf slobber softer.
If I could see where I was going, then I'd attempt to stealth. Since I can't, I'm not gonna.
Well, you can. Well, if you're going slowly and you can't see, then you're still attempting to stealth, I suppose.
Okay, I'll make a roll then.
Because you're either just walking along in the black, like kicking the walls because you can't see, or you're going to try and sneak slowly. So if you're going to sneak slowly, then you're going to try and at least stealth.
18 altogether.
Because it's stealth is the same as like hide. You're kind of like trying to stay hidden. Okay, 18.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your plan? What are you doing? What you're all going to do?
Well,
I plan to,
I'm going to
take a
walk
listen
behind.
and see what I see. Peeking around that corner.
Yeah, I'm going up to the corner as well, thinking I'm stealthing up, but making a very loud noise with my cane. Clunk.
Motion back at him to
Okay,
I'm
I'll
gonna-
pick up my cane.
I'm going to
Yeah.
check out this extremely dodgy bridge and make sure it's safe.
My stealth
we-
was
can-
actually 9, Miss. But yeah.
Okay.
Can we check for traps?
So as you approach the bridge and sort of sneak up to the front of it, those of you with dark vision can see that the bridge is really crap. It's a very old, quite dodgy rope with some just wooden slats sort of stuck across it. It looks passable, but you can see there's nothing appears on it, and as you look over the canyon, you notice that the path below the 20-foot drop, there's the path and the stream kind of winds northeastish up and around the bend. Still, you can't see right the way across. Over the other side of the bridge, you just notice the dark corridor that the cave sort of continues in, and then there's a bend at the end, and you can't see round the bend. So you're looking at about 10 feet for the gap of the bridge, and then another about 15 feet till the end, till it starts bending round.
You gave a decent description of the bridge, but I'd like to take a closer look at the ropes, the wood, at least on this end, see if it's possibly rigged to be dropped, or if it's just extremely unsafe for the amount of weight that it's going to have to bear with each of us, even if, like the larger one of us, the barbarian has to cross.
Okay, do investigation on it.
Okay.
You probably go one at a time.
May I, when Bryn's finished, may I also just investigate to see if there's signs of people travelling over the bridge regularly?
Okay. Do Perception check for that one then, please.
16 plus 5, 21 for investigation.
Okay. So as far as you can tell, the bridge probably would take about 2 of you like widthways. It's although the ropes look kind of old and worn, it looks like you would still be able to cross it. It may be a bit dodgy if you tried to put too much weight on it at the same time. And as far as you can tell, there's no like traps, at least on the end that you're at.
Tell the guys, well, listen, I'm one of the smallest guys here, so I'll be brave enough to go over first, but I suggest you tie a rope around my waist and then you guys hold onto it just in case something happens. And then
That's a good idea.
when I get to the other side, I can tie it off if it's safe, and then you guys can come with the rope, and if you fall, then you've got it tied off.
A good idea.
Not that it matters, but I rolled a 5. So
Okay. Well, looking at the bridge, you can see that you got dark vision. Yeah, I suppose you can see that it looks like it's well used.
Okay.
You know, there's tracks that are going to and from the bridge.
okay, not a sound, guys, because we don't want to trigger the water again. It's quiet as a mouse.
Okay, right. I tied the rope around my waist, hand it to the guys to hold on to in case I fall, and as quietly and as safely as possible across the bridge. Keeping my eyes open for any surprises.
Okay. So you tentatively walk onto the bridge. It kind of juts down as you stand on it and kind of like swings side to side slightly, but holds your weight as you cross over to the other side.
Sweet. I take the rope and is there any way I can tie it off on one of the posts or maybe a outcropping of rock to secure it for the rest of the guys?
Roll perception.
Okay. Where's my perception? It's 14.
You haven't got dark vision, have you?
No, if I struggle, I'll take out my little hooded lantern. Wait, no, wait. I will alert the guys. Okay, no, I'm not taking.
Okay, so roll that with a disadvantage.
I roll again.
Yeah, perception with a disadvantage.
That's a 17 plus how many? 9.
Okay, so looking
It's
around
26.
and what was the other one? Your overall?
The other roll was 14.
So you've got to take 14. Okay, so looking around, you can't really see anything of it in the rocks, but you could tie the rope to the same post that the rope bridge is attached to.
Okay, does it look like the post was it completely like tattered and gonna break if it gets too much strain?
I mean, it's holding the bridge, and you just walked across on the bridge, so.
Okay. I'll secure it there, and then I'll whisper back if the guys can see me. Hey guys, I got the rope secure, but it doesn't look very safe, so just be careful.
Okay, so who else is lightest? Which of us is the lightest, do we think?
I'll go.
Is that?
Just being discriminatory against.
And you have dark vision, don't you, Artex? So that's good. So you might be able to see something better to secure this rope.
Liz, stand there checking for any movement or any goblins or anything that might pop up there. So I'll stand guard while I'm waiting for the guys.
Who walk into you.
Yeah.
I'll see you.
Something. Bump me. Attack.
Are you going deeper in, or are you just staying there keeping an eye out?
Just staying there guarding the
Okay, keeping an eye out, although you can't actually see anything, so you're just sort of sitting there in the pitch black, like, watching. Got your sword out, pointing it down the path that you can't see.
Yep.
Okay, so you're across doing that. What's everybody else doing then? Who's going next?
Well, I think Artex.
Secure this end of the rope to one of the the healthiest looking pylons.
Okay.
Posts, that one of the 2 posts are there that is the healthiest.
Okay, you do that, no problem. You can see in the dark, so yeah, you got dark vision, so you just sit there and tie off the other end of the rope to one of the posts.
And
then
I'll help usher one person at a time, whoever it may be, and prevent anybody besides one person at a time getting on the bridge.
Okay.
Ladies first.
So Artex goes across and makes it to the other side.
Okay.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, I made it.
He's like, no, I'm across now. It's fine. I'm not gonna. And just as I says he's safe, all of a sudden his foot slips out from underneath him and he tumbles backwards onto the bridge.
The bridge
Okay, so-
becomes a mimic and eats him.
Okay, so you make it across the bridge.
I don't want to be last this time. I'm already still wet. I'm still wet from the 2 soakings that I just had.
Yeah, but we'll tie the rope around you to make sure that nothing happens.
Okay.
Pull you.
I don't know. So who's over?
So who's next? So far, Artex and Drake have gone across.
So now Artex is over. You might be able to secure the rope better because you got.
Oh, that's a good idea. I checked to make sure that the rope is securely fashioned. I'm sure it is. I'm just double checking.
We don't trust Brune's tying ability. Not Drake, sorry.
Yeah, but he couldn't see where he was tying it, could he?
I know all the halflings look the same, but really.
No offense, bro.
Josephina,
It's dark.
would you care to cross?
Yeah, I'll go across.
Okay, so Josephine now
Now
goes
tie the rope.
across.
Tie the rope on me.
Well, the rope's now been tied off both ends, so you can't actually tie the rope on. So you'll just have to hold on.
Oh, I'll
Hold on to the rope.
Okay, I'll hold on.
So you cross tentatively across the bridge and manage to get over to the other side as well. Next.
Can't we throw a rope over to help?
I'll go.
You can always throw the halfling across.
Okay. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Sort of
a
the
bit
rings.
bit awkward with the cane and one-handed type of thing, but I'll kind of one hand on round and then kind of just slowly kind of
Let's
make my way
take it.
across.
Hold on tight.
Hold on tight and just slowly position.
Do an acrobatics check.
Oh gosh.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's so harsh. I got -1 on acrobatics.
You could do athletics
seriously,
check.
Athletic check. Okay. 14.
Okay, that's fine. So you kind of wobble a little bit with the cane kind of in one hand, holding onto the rope, and you manage to kind of pull yourself across on the rope. And your character falls to its death. That's telling. Okay, so you managed to get across.
Who's left?
Okay, so next, Bryn goes across and manages to cross the bridge. No problem.
Okay.
And finally, Brune, you head on over.
Yes.
And right now you're kind of all gathered in this like little passage. I can't move it across because it's not big enough, but basically you're all gathered.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
Leave
pass.
it on the other side.
I bet Winnie.
You told Winnie to stay back, so that's what Winnie's doing.
A whistle now. Come on, Winnie.
You're gonna whistle.
No, I'm
Okay.
gonna sort of like.
You just said you're gonna whistle.
Okay, I'll whistle. Come on, Winnie.
Okay.
No, don't do that.
That's the
Defense
okay. So you, hang on, Thalin hasn't come across yet
Oh
either.
God, I don't know about Fallon. He's quite big.
Okay, so do you want the wolf to come first or Thalin?
Wolf.
Okay, so the wolf kind of bounds it across to you. This is all getting very tight up here now.
Well, little huddle. We'll make a little huddle.
Okay, so next, Thalin's going to go across the bridge.
Ooh, what's happened?
That's it, break.
Just make just make sure Thavern brings the rope with him. So we've got the one side tied off, and he just brings the extra bit with, so that I can retrieve it.
So as Thalin sort of crosses the bridge, you hear this like as it sort of creaks and irks across, and it sways, and you see it slump right in the middle as he gets to the centre of the bridge. And it's almost like sounds like the ropes are just about to snap, and then he kind of grabs hold of the rope that's tied there and pulls himself up and manages to get across to the other side. So you're all now in this little corridor on the other side of the bridge.
I retrieve my rope.
You can't, because Stalin didn't untie it. You didn't like say it to him. It was just you just to make sure he does. So, unless you shouted it across to
Well,
him.
we're gonna have to go back anyway for that
Don't worry,
chat.
we'll get it on the way back.
That's it.
Hopefully.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. It didn't use up all the.
Once the DM lets us see where we are, why don't you let
what
me
can we see?
sneak ahead a little, and I'll come back for you. I promise I won't leave you behind.
Okay, Brian.
Don't worry, that whistle already let him know we're here.
Okay, I think
I thought it was the caca.
Oh, I said, don't do that.
okay, so you can see that much. So okay, so
Everybody conquer.
so what's happening now? Brynn, are you moving forwards?
Yes.
Are we still stealth?
Okay, so Brynn has just told you he's going to move forward and have a look down there. Can you roll for stealth again, please?
Yes, sir. Natural.
20 or 1.
8, so 28.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow.
So it creeps
You're
nicely, sneaks to the edge of the to where the corner bit is, and you look down with your dark vision. You can see
Where'd he go?
now that there's a big empty, big cavernous area. To the left, you notice there's 2 rock pools, which are now looks like they once were full of water, are now empty. You notice that they're still wet. There's like a little puddle of water in the bottom of them, and you notice that both the walls on the in the rock pools have been smashed down, and you can tell that these goblins have actually smashed this wall around, which is what caused the deluge of water to come down the stream earlier. As you look around the room, your dark vision allows you to see up to about 50 feet, and you notice that there is 60 feet. Sorry, you notice that there are 2 goblins just sort of walking around in the cave in front of you. There is another one at the back. You can't see him too well. You just make out that there's another figure out in the back. To the southern end of the chamber, you can just about make out that there's like a gap in the cave, so that the wall kind of comes around, and you just notice it goes inwards, so as if there's like another room to the south.
The length of the pathway, what direction does it run? In other words, if you drew a straight line between me and the second goblin, what direction is that?
East.
And you said to the north?
South. To the
south,
so
okay.
to the north of the room, you notice the 2 large pools of what would have been pools of water, which have now drained.
Gotcha.
So they were like acting like a dam. Then at the southern end of the cave, right to the southeast. Sorry, so right down the east, and then down, and then you notice a mouth opening out into the south. You just see like a wide gap, but you can't see any further down there from where your vantage point is.
Gotcha.
And you can kind of hear the echoing sounds of the waterfall, which is behind you, sort of echoing around the cave as well.
Waterfall behind us?
It's because there was where the water was coming into that stream. You can just kind of hear the water still. It's still trickling a bit. There's still the stream still. It's just echoing around the cave, so it makes a little bit of noise.
So more the fall of water than an actual waterfall.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. It's like, wait, I didn't.
Well,
notice
it was
a waterfall,
it was
or
quite
did I
steep.
missed it.
No, but when you was
Might be a
going
waterfall.
that way underneath the bridge, the water was kind of still coming down at a kind of steep. It's not. It wasn't like a vertical waterfall, but it was kind of flowing fastish there.
Got you. Thank you.
A downward stream.
I'll sneak back. Looks like the 5 feet or 10 feet it is, and whisper what I see. Hey, there's at least 2 goblins up here. If we can either rush them or take them quietly with a couple of bows.
How far are they apart from each other? Are they far away from each other or close by each other?
I'd say they're about 20 feet, maybe 25 at most, from each other.
I can maybe beckon one of them through a noise. We could set up a noise. Maybe the nearest one. We could get him to come a bit closer, and you could.
That's a good idea.
Do a little stealth assassination job on him. What do you think? We
Yeah.
get rid of one then.
I
And
think
then
that's a good idea.
maybe the next one might come looking for his friend, and then we could take him out. We take at least 2 out.
Without
Yeah.
making
Yeah,
much
try.
noise.
Yeah. Take the
What-
first
what-
one out. Take
Sorry?
the first one out like you suggest, and then if you can, with your magic, make yourself look like the first one and call the others.
I could signal. Yeah, I could try. I could try and beckon. Maybe. Yeah, we could try. I
Okay.
mean, how big is the? I'd have to see how big he is. Obviously, I can't. There is a height limit to how much I can make myself look like things.
Goblins are
It's-
smaller
it's-
than us.
It's just
Yeah,
a
I know,
normal
but how
sized
much
goblin
more?
like we've been fighting. Small.
Small. What's how big is a goblin?
Apart
Just wave
from
it.
4 foot, 5 foot, 5 foot.
guessing you. I think so.
If it's 5 foot, then I could probably do it. It's fine. I can make myself appear a foot higher or a foot higher, foot bigger, anything within a foot range.
Well, we could get the first one and take it from there. You can see how big the
Yeah.
first one
Alright,
is.
let's do it. Okay. So,
Wait, before anything happens, I think that's a good idea. I'll crouch beside the rock at the bottom, just so that if I need to peer around, I can take my bow and arrow and shoot in case I need to. Whether I have to crouch, that's cool.
And I'm gonna move in with. I'm gonna stand next to Artex as well.
Okay. So,
Sort of in that little nook. Is it
just have a look at the map.
like here?
so when everyone's ready,
Like
let
here.
me know. And I'll-
Okay, but you know by standing there, the goblins have dark vision, and that's like right in their sight.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
we'll see.
I was actually
But
going
at
to
the
back up
stealth-
maybe steps so I could crouch down behind this rock outface. So hopefully the perception that Baron will use will.
I would say
cut
the
down
know-
on
do you-
this.
Do you know what? Do you know what we could do? We've got another plan. Another plan, Bryn. I could conceal you against the wall. So if you go into that cove, if you stealth to the cove, I could seal you into the wall. So he will walk straight past you, and then you can stealth him in the back. If all we need is just a sound, right? Somebody go, "Psst, oi, come here," or make some sort of noise to entice that first one to potentially come to the sound. And as long as I can make literally like a panel of wall, so it looks like the stone, I could do that, and you could be crouched, ready to pounce on him in the corner, and he won't see you. Completely, you'll be completely invisible to him. And then
I try to make it stones.
you'll have
True,
full.
but
Yeah,
when that
you'll have-
happens, his friend will see, and I can't see beyond 60 feet. There may be more than one goblin.
Maybe we could grab him and bring him in.
Yeah, just as he comes around the corner, we just
I could
grab him.
extend
And
because I could extend the wall. Do you know what I mean? Like we could make a sound, and then I could cast the minute that you grab him simultaneously. Cast stone so that the to extend like the corner. So as he comes, so the other goblin won't see it. It'll look like if he's not paying attention. We get an opportunity to hide him. Do you know what I mean? Just immediately hide the.
Did
action.
anyone say that they spoke goblin?
Yes.
Thalin speaks Goblin.
Yes, perfect.
Rune
So you
is
call
the
him.
magic potion.
And then
I can't hear who does.
Thalin.
Thalin.
Have him get up close to me and whisper, "Hey, you, come here." You know, something like that.
yeah, and then
Take a look at this.
The minute he does his stealth strike, I will just extend the stone wall out to cover it, so the other goblin can't technically see what's going on. So
Or something like, "Boy, Yeemik wants to see you." You know, something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's
Just make sure you cover his mouth as you grab him. But yeah, let's do that. That sounds perfect.
Turns the corner. I'm gonna kill him.
Kill that sucker. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Let's do it, boys. I believe in us.
That's the plan. We're doing this.
Okay.
We can do this.
So, how are you proceeding? So, Brynn, you...
Okay, so Thalin will make the noise. And then...
Goblin.
That or he'll teach us Goblin real quick.
yeah. And then to draw the first one to come to the corner, and then Brynn will make an attack, and as he does it, I'll simultaneously kind of put a bit of stone to try and grab.
Okay, so you're going to kind of stay, Brynn's going to stay where he is at front, waiting around the corner.
Yep, ready for him to turn the corner. If he turns the corner, I'm going to sneak attacking.
Everyone that's not involved, get to the back so that we can all have clear lines of sight and ready to do anything. So we've got currently Artex and Josephina. If you're not doing anything, step behind.
I'm going to stay there, but in case, I'll keep my arrow ready at this. If there's a ruckus, then I'll shoot. But if I hear he's coming, I'll change my weapon into my scimitar.
Okay.
Good idea.
Close combat.
Keep your missile weapons ready.
I just need to see the corner, but I don't need to give my position away, type of thing. You know what I mean? That's why I need to be right tucked into.
Okay.
So
move up closer. Yeah.
Right, this corridor bit's about like it's massive. I know is about 15-ish foot, 20 foot. So you're all fitting in that corridor off the bridge. None of you are staying on the bridge. I know on this map you are, but don't worry about that. This is about 15, 20 foot.
Okay. That's fine. As long as, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, so none of you are actually on the bridge. I know I've put that, but don't worry about that. So you've all kind of crossed over. Okay, so Thalin comes up, and in Goblin, kind of you hear him sound like a bit of a deep-voiced Goblin. He's like,
"Hey, one of you come here. Yeemik wants to word with ya."
and you kind of hear this like voice echo around the cave a little bit, and then one of them goes,
"What's he want? We've been given our post. We're staying here. Just
we've caught somebody. We found someone entering the thing. We need you to come and there's more.
Okay.
We need thing.
Guess the Thalin yells back,
we've got some intruders. We need help."
you start hearing a little bit of, you don't understand, only Thalin kind of getting what this to and fro is coming from, but he hears like and there's like an argument or something going on between the two, from what sounds like two goblins down in the cave, and then you start hearing some footsteps approach you. As you wait there for about 20 seconds, the goblin then comes round the corner, face to face.
Surprise!
And stabs Brynn.
Stabby.
I attempt to grab his shoulder and run him through with my rapier.
And
okay.
as he does that, Miss, I'm going to extend the corner of the stone enough to hide what's about to happen, type of thing. So, just not huge amount, so it's crazy, so you'd be suspicious, but just enough to hide. You wouldn't be able to conceal, so you wouldn't be able to see.
Okay, so you do like a cast an illusion, just kind of extend the rock to kind of encase him in. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
And then Brynn, if you want to roll to attack, or roll to hit, sorry.
Surprise, surprise, Becca.
11 plus 6, 17.
Okay, that hits. If you want to roll for damage.
Stealth kill that motherfucker. Attack.
Do you get like a sneak attack for being in stealth as well? I believe.
She should do.
Yeah, that's what I said while I was going to sneak attack him.
Yeah.
Sorry, it took me a second to get this this dice out of the bag.
It's adding to the tension.
Did he succeed or did he drop his blades?
I know.
Ting, ting, ting.
6 plus 4 is 10.
Okay.
And then I get a d6 for stealth, correct, at this level? Or
I think it was an extra d6, yeah.
If the creature doesn't die and before it can make any noises or anything, I want to attack as well. If the blow doesn't kill it.
Overkill much.
6. 16 points.
Wow. Okay. So as this goblin kind of like coming around the corner, you just all of a sudden you kind of thrust your left arm out, grab him by the shoulder, and then your blade goes up through its chest and you see it's going, and he falls over into your arms.
Yeah, pulling forward and pulling him back and getting to the next person behind me.
So yeah, he's dead. We just passed this goblin down the line. He's like, yeah, take him. No, you take him. As we start passing the goblin, but I think he's just actually fallen through the world. But that's fine.
Little out of character here. Y'all are making me sweat up here, guys. Jeez, I'm actually sweating from the tension.
Okay, so yeah, we finished him.
Next.
What?
For the next guy, I suggest we say you act out as a hey, look at the treasure they're carrying. We're not going to share this with the guys, Entice them with the treasure. Trick them. Yeah, trick them to believe there's treasure from the intruders they just killed.
It's quite a bit further. I'm trying to think if I can.
Are we going to have to reposition?
Well, the echo is maybe, I don't know. I don't know how sound works in this cave.
What do you reckon that distance is?
From where?
Squares.
From where we are to where.
When Bryn looked, it was about
35, 40 feet.
Yeah, 40 feet.
Yeah, you're looking about 40 feet to roughly to about him.
I mean, we could do it again. I just wonder if we shout loud enough to reach him, if we're going to reach the other one behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't know about the other one behind him.
Or could we all stealth and shoot?
Oh, we only got 2. Sorry, my bad.
Well, the one behind it's like you're not 100% sure there's one there. It's more
okay.
You could just about make out that there was possibly a figure at the back.
Even if it's both, we could still surprise both of them. With all of us here, we can take them out probably with the surprise before.
Yeah.
So let's just make it sound like a goblin's fighting over treasure from the intruders they just killed.
I can take them. I have to close the wall down, so the wall's gone, obviously. But I can make a sound as if there's an enormous. I can make. I can cast minor illusion to be sound based, so I could have it sound like.
Just
female goblin.
No, the goblin's fighting over treasure.
Yeah, I could make it sound like.
Arguing.
I don't know if I can make it. I don't think I can make that kind of sound because I don't know Goblin, but I could make fighting sounds. And then if you make somebody, if Thalin was to then start shouting in Goblin and stuff, that's fine.
Yeah, just say like, "Hey, you get your hands off my treasure!" That sort of thing.
Perfect.
Yeah, I can do that. So I can kind of make fighting sounds or something.
Perfect.
That's.
How do you guys feel about it?
I mean, your magic one can do sound effects. I don't know if it can impersonate goblins.
No,
I don't think that's kind of right. You can make noises.
I can only make noises of like the fighting sound, but I can't actually do like goblin, so I don't speak.
Okay.
I'll make this fighting sound.
But you realise that you're trying to get Thalin to argue with himself over something and try and make it sound like that. multiple goblins fighting amongst themselves.
Sorry, wait, I made it sound wrong. Like, for instance, how Trin made it sound. Like, he'll hear one voice getting, hey, get your hands off my treasure. This is my treasure. And that's all you'll hear.
Okay. Right. So is that what you're all...
Like there's a bit of a commotion. I'll make it like a kind of a commotion-y type of sound, you know, like kind of like a bit of a scrap.
Okay.
So
Talon just once again leans towards you.
Get your hands off my treasure!
Perfect. I love that.
So good.
So in response to that, you just kind of hear once again, and Thalin can't really make out what's being said. The sound of the water rushing in the chamber is like echoing a bit too loudly for their voices to carry back round. That's all you can see at the moment.
Question to the DM: is the noise in this part of the area loud enough that it might cover a little bit of a scuffle?
It's pretty loud in the cave bit that you're in at the moment, yeah. So it would cover sounds from another cave.
Bruno's wondering if he can flank. Go back and follow the little path that he can see underneath him.
You'd have to cross in the...
To be very quiet, not to set off any more, obviously, traps and stuff.
Yeah.
By being deafened. But Bruno's also quite happy here in the back.
Well, we're waiting. Are we waiting to see? We're waiting to hear. If
so far, like 2 minutes pass. The argument and the noises from the goblins have gone. You can't hear them anymore. But no, you don't hear any approaching sounds or footprints or anything else. You don't know, and because none of you are actually looking into the chamber, you can't tell what's happened, if anything's moved or anything.
Quickly, I go to, sorry, Baron. I go, from what the goblins look like, can you maybe make an image of one of them stepping out, holding a gem, and then stepping back towards us, that they can see he's holding a gem?
Do you know what I can do? I can do something far more impressive.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Shoot him in the head.
Well, I can. I'm going to because we've got the goblin here next to us, so I'm going to look at the goblin. How tall is the goblin, Miss? Like, is it? Can I? I'm about 5'6".
I think goblins count as small, so they're like halfling size, I think.
4 foot?
Do they count as small?
Between 4 and 5, I would guess.
Could you make me look like a goblin?
They're maybe a bit taller actually. A bit taller than a halfling. Sorry, I think they still count as. They count as a small humanoid though, so they're.
A small woman height? 5 foot? 4.5 foot? 5 foot?
I'd say maybe. What's a halfling is about? Yeah, I'd say about maybe halfling size maybe. I don't know.
So I can. So I'll put my mask on, and then I will appear. I'm going to be a slightly tall goblin, but you know, I'll be in the full kind of reels, and I can. Because obviously I've cancelled the sound effect now as well because it's not worked. So I'm going to cancel the sound effect.
Yeah.
I'm going to I'm going to step out, kind of like approach. I'm going to walk towards one of these goblins, kind of approaching. Oh, okay. I'm not telling you guys this, but this is going to be interesting. I'm going to approach one of the guys, kind of, and then I'm going to cast like a minor illusion on myself to appear as if I'm like spraying blood everywhere, as if I've kind of been like heavily attacked, and kind of stumble around the corner, stumbling up to the cave and stuff, and then kind of slightly fall down to the side. So it's kind of like just sliding on the side. And then I'm going to kind of point in the direction of the doorway type of thing where we had the problem, and see what they do.
So you're
to the ground.
And I look like
You
dying.
are. Hang on. You haven't told us that.
No, I'm just doing it.
okay.
I'm
so
just doing
you,
it. So I put a mask on. I'm casting the goblin, and I'm just stepping out. I'm just doing this. To
How
try
tall
and
are you?
ignore that. I'm about 6 foot, and so I'm going to be a 5 foot. I can make a foot
I mean,
difference.
yeah, you're gonna be a
So I'll be a 5 foot tall
pretty
goblin.
tall.
I'm a tall goblin.
Pretty
But I'm bleeding
tall.
profusely. I'm hunched over, and I'm kind of like, just kind of trying to make myself appear as small. But I'm bleeding, like kind of like I'm clutching like the side, and I'm kind of like blood's going away.
Okay.
And I'm kind
And
of,
whereabouts are
all
you
kind
heading
of
to in the cave?
and I'm just kind of heading enough. I've got dark vision, so I'm saying I'm heading enough up the corner of the cave, and I'm gonna kind of slump and kind of just like, so he sees me basically, and I can see him until I see he's made visual contact with me, and then I'm gonna kind of just because I'm like holding my throat, so I'm like pretending like blood and all shit's coming, minor illusion, and all, so I can't, so he can't talk, and then I kind of pointed in the direction of the kind of the trail, and then I'm just gonna kind of fall on the ground and kind of pretend to be dead.
The dying goblin act.
When
That typical dying goblin act. Okay.
That kind of thing.
Roll.
when I see him doing that, I'm starting for the flank.
Let me just have a look. I don't know what we're going to go for in here. Let's say it's a
Magic is-
performance. Let's do a charisma check, a performance check. I don't know.
Performance check. Okay.
Guys, magic is fun.
Oh no, it's going to be -1.
No, it's charisma, so he's good.
Oh,
Good acting.
18.
His face. I thought he was going to go
Is it?
1.
17 plus 1. Thank God, my charisma is reasonably good.
Nice.
Okay, so the goblin goes.
What are you doing? Get up, you silly little rat!
I'm out. I'm pretending like face down, kind of like.
Okay. The goblin walks up to you to kind of check what's wrong.
Gives you a kick.
Okay, so if he touches me in any way, the illusion potentially is going to be broken. So if he touches me, I will attack him
well, I'm ready to shoot.
with
Two
my
questions.
sword.
Mm-hmm.
Two questions.
Yeah.
One, does Baron have dark vision? And two, has he noticed anything further up since he's further into the cave?
Jesus, anything else?
Okay, so first of all, I think you do have dark vision, don't you? Otherwise, that would be.
But by the way, Miss, I'm spraying blood like crazy. So the goblin's getting it in a full on in the face, like a
Okay.
kind of an artery type of thing. Okay, so it's
Okay.
so you wouldn't really want to come near me. That's the whole point of it. It's literally like spraying in his face.
Fountain of blood.
Like kind of Kill Bill style. Kind of that kind of
So you've got
spraying.
you've got dark vision, haven't you? So I would say if you roll per perception with a disadvantage, because you're not really looking around the room properly as you're doing this
I'm
thing.
trying to acting perception with disadvantage. 4. I think that's the end of that then. 4 and 3. With,
4 and 3. Okay.
perception.
So you're
and
too
3.
busy caught up doing your little routine, coughing and splurting and walking your way into there and collapsing that you don't notice any difference within the cave at all. So yeah, as you're laying there, blood sort of splurting everywhere. Let me just.
This would depend on his intelligence, I think. I don't know.
It's not just that; it's what he would actually want to do. A goblin's just died around the corner. It's like.
Am I going to eat it?
Dinner's up. Tasty.
What?
Can I stealth and move in a bit?
If you want to roll stealth, yeah.
With guidance, yeah? What's that? 7.
7. Okay.
No, I haven't had my stealth thing yet. 7.
I timed that from the
+2.
from the server.
9.
9. Okay. So as
well,
he's so you're basically following him in as he does his thing.
I sort of wanted to move. I was going to sort of move like here.
Okay.
Can I just move to there?
If there's
So,
goblins, then
You follow him in. We may have lost Madness. It depends whether his wife decided to give birth all of a sudden. We'll see. But so as the goblin starts
Anyway.
as the goblin starts approaching Baron laying on the floor, he notices. Would you say 10 you got total?
7. What did I say? 7 plus 4.
Yeah.
7 plus
No.
9.
9 you got.
I
Okay.
got.
Yeah. So yeah, they. So as he does, the goblin looks up and notices you trying to sneak along this back wall, coming in, and he just sort of screams, "Ah! Alarm! Intruders! Intruders!"
Uh-oh. Sorry.
I lean out and shoot.
Me too.
Okay.
I'll charge. I'll run to, well, go to the goblin to attack.
Hopefully, we can headshot him.
So I'd say, can you roll initiative then? Oh, for
Me.
fuck's sake! I need to learn to roll freaking dice.
It's me. Initiative.
What happened?
Can I roll initiative
you
with
can roll it.
guidance? Oh no, because I can't have an action then, can I?
No.
Oh my word!
12. 12 and initiative.
So basically, Baron, as you were crawling in, bleeding everywhere, Josephina tried to stealth in behind you, and she fouled. So the goblin noticed her. So I mean, technically, he still doesn't know whether you're a goblin or not. But
Yeah.
he saw
just
it.
had
He's
itchy
probably,
feet.
probably going to bypass me.
I can't see. What did you say?
Go straight for the
Insight
target.
or
14 for initiative, miss.
Initiative.
oh. 12
Is
plus
that
2,
initiative all of
14.
us?
14.
So yeah, all of you can roll initiative.
Okay.
Woohoo!
So Des, you got what? Sorry,
If he,
I got a 14 for initiative.
14. Josephina, you got what?
14.
14 as well. Brune.
Read them and weep. 23.
Wow, nice. Well done.
Wow. That's nice.
Oh, the bones have spoken.
Who's green? Kane.
19.
19. Okay. Bryn, we've done. Have I done Bryn? Yep. Baron.
I rolled a 7.
Yeah. You're amazing.
But,
rolls.
just if he moves, though, I'll get an opportunity to attack him, won't I? Because I'm within like 4 few feet of him or 5 foot of him, won't I?
Yeah, if he moves 5 feet away. Yep.
Artex, did you roll 5?
I rolled a 1. Plus a 4 is 5.
Okay.
You shoot the wall.
So first up would be let me just roll. Thalin got bloody hell 18.
Wow.
So Thalin got 18. Let's just put that on there. Okay, so first up would be Brune. Yeah, I'd say Brune. So you're highest.
Okay.
So basically, what's happened is the goblin Josephina's walked in. The goblin's seen Josephina as he was approaching Baron. I would say he hasn't quite got as close as 5 foot, so you won't get an attack of opportunity on him because she came in at the same time as you were kind of stumbling in. So he walked towards you and then noticed her. So now you're kind of like locked in combat. So you've heard he shouted out intruders, and then this is Broom coming in and doing whatever you want to do, Broom.
There goes the element of surprise.
Wow.
I'm guessing we're not talking to this one. So I'll move up past Bren, go on one knee, take little envy out and take a shot at him. Will I be able to see him without dark vision? Is the question.
Not really. You could. You can shoot with disadvantage, basically. Because there's no light source in this cave at all. You see a very, very faint glow coming from the southern entrance, but not enough to light anything in there.
And he's not considerate at all, like carrying a torch.
Goblins can see in the dark, so they don't use torches.
I was just wondering if he was considerate.
I'm over here!
Yes. You have to ask. Okay. Doing this with disadvantage means I roll
Twice. 2d20s and take the lowest.
Okay. Cool. 1 up. 16. Just for evidence.
Yeah.
Number 2. 5.
Okay.
I guess it's.
So you kind of just like blindly drag out. I can't see if it.
5 plus don't
That's
have
9.
to hit to that.
Yes, yeah.
9, 14.
That still misses. Just. It's probably about the only times you'll miss. It's just hear this like arrow skid along the back base of the floor. Do you want to pull back in, or are you staying where you are?
I'm on my knees, so anybody can shoot.
Okay. So next up is green, which is Drake.
I'm gonna be moving up to the goblin, covering.
Probably not that far.
No, well, I was basically here. I just moved myself.
No, I know that. Yeah, but that's about 10 feet along that way. And then,
okay. How close can I get to him with 25?
Let me have a look. So let's just say he was near Bryn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Probably about the same level as where the Baron is.
Okay. So, right here. Hey, I said further back. Oh, just put him where you want. I can't get him to go to the exact spotter. Okay, what's the range of this? How far away is he from you now?
He is about, let's say, what squares are we using these ones? It's about 8 foot, 10, yeah,
Yes.
about 8 foot away.
Yes, 10 feet, he's within range. Okay, I'm going to use my poison spray on him. So he has to make a dexterity save of, a constitution save of 12.
Is it like count as a sort of automatic hit, is it?
Yeah, it's sort of automatic hit, but if he makes his saving throw with a DC 12 for constitution, he doesn't take any damage.
Okay, I'm going to say he does it with an advantage though, because you haven't got dark vision either, have you? So
no,
you're kind of guessing where he's standing as well. So I'll do it.
I don't know.
I don't know how to, because otherwise it's like an automatic hit. So 4 and
Puff of noxious gas from your palm. Creature must succeed on a constitution saving throw. Take 1d12 damage. That's what it says about the spell. It's a puff of smoke.
what's the kind of area effect on it?
It's an area of effect 10 foot. It's range 10 foot. Range and area is 10 foot.
10 foot by 10 foot.
Them, do you?
Well,
Yeah,
range,
no, I'd say you.
10 foot.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. You probably wouldn't actually, because you're just gonna go up to where Baron is and out in front of you. So I won't say it's a disadvantage. That's fine. So I'll go with my normal roll, which is 4. So it hits basically. So what damage does it do?
1d12.
1d12. Do you? I think you roll that, don't you?
Yeah, don't worry, I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
No bonus, not a 1.
Oops.
And that'll be my action.
Okay. Next up then is Only working, you stupid machine. There we go. Next up is Thalin.
He still thinks Baron's a goblin. Huh.
What's that, sorry?
No, I just realized he still thinks Baron is a goblin. Forgot about that.
Yeah. He didn't get a chance to sort of investigate before he saw Josephina, so yeah.
No, sorry about that.
So Thalin is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he's going to just charge in. He is massive compared to you lot, isn't he?
It's pretty big.
He's not going to rage because I think he's only got like 1 rage left. So I just need to quickly find out what his stats are, so I know what he's attacking with. Trust Rithius to go to bed right now. Maybe I should have just left him the other side of the bridge, keeping an eye on Sildar. Okay, so D20 plus 6 to hit. So he rolls a 3. That's 6, 7, so he misses. So yeah, he just kind of runs charging in, kind of darts around Bruin and swings his axe, and it just the goblin kind of goes, and kind of ducks out of the way and manages to get out away from his blade. And that's going to be the end of his movement. So next up is Bryn and Josephina. So up to you, who goes first?
I don't mind. You go first, Bryn.
Bryn? Oh, he's actually not here, so I would,
okay,
I would certainly say Josephina, you go.
Okay, well I'm going to just shoot him with my long...
You should all have disadvantage because of all this blood splurting out of Baron. Can't say a thing.
I am tempted to just produce some flame so that everyone who's not got dark vision can see him, but
that's what you want to do?
No, I'm not. I'm just going to shoot him with my longbow. I always forget this now. So it's a D20, is it?
No.
19.
Very nice. So that hits.
And then 1d6 plus 2.
D6. Yeah, standard dice.
I can't add anything else to it, can I? Oh god.
So you do 3 points of damage, rolls a 1. 3 points of damage.
Slightly pants.
Yay, we've done 6 points of damage to him.
So the arrow, you kind of, as you fall in, you release your arrow and you just see it hit the goblin in the shoulder, and you kind of it just snaps the arrow off and sort of throws it on the floor. Did you want to move anywhere, or is that it?
I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay, Bryn, it's your turn.
I could send Winnie in.
Winnie, you've left. Oh, we've got Winnie's back. Winnie's back.
Winnie is chewing on a post.
Yeah, he's chewing on the rope.
I'm going to keep Winnie safe for a bit.
Okay. So yeah, Bryn, your turn.
2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
One, I know that I can probably lean out from where I am and fire my bow around the halfling. That's not going around Brune. That's not going to be a problem. But one, do I have a clear shot from that position?
I'd say so, because Drake's also a halfling, so you can see, probably just about see it over his head or between him.
Okay, and the second thing is, since I have been hidden this whole time, would this not count as a sneak attack?
Well, I'd say if you're poking your head out from behind the rock, then yeah, it's a sneak attack.
Okay, then I'd like to do that.
Okay. Roll to hit.
If I don't quit hitting the wrong buttons...
Just roll them real dice.
14 plus...
Yeah, that hits. Doesn't matter, hits.
Okay. And
Mrs. You. We've gone landscape.
What's that? Have I messed something up?
On the stream, yeah. If you look, we've all gone.
Oh, it's okay.
Letterbox.
It's because I've got Zoom on a different thing. It's resizing itself every time I bloody move it. Pain in the ass.
I rolled a 4 plus 4, so 8 points of damage.
Okay.
It's kind of cool. I kind of like it.
Just eye slits. We're all looking through cover. That's what it is.
They're good for hiding something. If you had like dice or something on the table, which would make it disappear.
Now let me roll for sneak attack.
Okay.
Huh, it didn't work. Okay, I'm going to move my dice toward the center. Yes. 2 more points. I don't add anything to a sneak attack. It's just the dice roll, isn't it?
It's just a dice roll, yeah.
And so I got 2 more points, a total of 10 points.
Okay. So as you lean out from the cliff, you kind of almost resting your arm on the just over the top of Bruin, release the arrow, and you just see the arrow go straight into the throat of the goblin and straight into his skull. And it's like, and he just, with the impact of it, just kind of knocks him backwards, and he falls down dead.
High five.
Awesome. Good job.
Nice. Teamwork.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to get up and pat myself down a little bit.
Sponge yourself off from all the blood. Real blood.
So say as you well, Thalin and that's in the room. So as he can see in the room, there is now you can see to the end of the cave. It goes another from where you are, probably like 5, 10, 20, about 50 feet back from where he is. The cave just kind of caves round. It's just like a stone wall at the back. If there was a figure there at the back, you can no longer see anything at the back of the cave. The rest of the cave that you're in now is empty. There's a slight glow coming, as I said from before, from the southern open mouth of the cave. Up. Other than that, you see nothing else.
Do we hear anything?
I can go ahead as a goblin. I can go ahead as a goblin and scout out ahead if you want to, and then come back again.
Just before you do that, let's just
in your own blood.
If we hear,
it's okay. I can change.
If we hear anything, any commotion of running feet or anyone coming closer or goblin voices or anything like that.
Do I see more light in front?
Of light, did you say?
Yes, it's a bit lighter. Hints of a campfire, hints of torches.
You just see, so from the southern cave mouth that is in the back end of the room, is a very faint glow. You can't really tell what the source is from, though. It's like obviously a little bit lighter than the cave that you're in now.
Which of us?
Seeing that I'm nearly blind, I'm just moving up close to Fallon of a group, just so that I stay in like.
Which of us
seeing
with dark
distance.
vision has good stealth?
Okay, hold on, guys. Did we hear anything with that check? If the guys are coming, voices or stuff that I asked about?
At the moment where you are in this cave, all you can hear is the rushing of the water now.
Okay.
Okay, so like I said, guys, I can change myself again to look like this goblin here and just walk, or kind of a slightly bigger version of it, and I can just walk up ahead and see what we find, and then walk back again as if make it look as if I'm on patrol.
Good idea. I think
Sounds
that's
legit.
right.
Thumbs up from me.
Let's just take this body and move it to the side, and then I'll transform myself to appear him. I'm obviously a bit taller. I can kind of stump down a little bit and just kind of walk. So I'll do that. That's exactly what I'm doing. So I'll just make myself, masking my faces again to appear like this goblin on the floor, and then I'm just going to I kind of appear as if I'm kind of in a patrolish kind of fashion, kind of
Okay.
approach the edge to see what I can see.
And I'm going to whisper to the guys, I suggest
And a
the
roll
rest of us
perception, I guess.
take cover and try and hide.
So I've got dark vision, so I can see for 60 feet, I think, isn't it, with dark vision?
I
Yeah.
can see nothing. I'm already hiding.
So I can kind of see any kind of immediate danger, I guess, and then I can.
Okay. So Bryn said he's also walking up to the corner. Des, just sometimes just say it because I can't read every spot at a time. So just interrupt people or something.
Okay.
So Baron, he's going to go and walk up on patrol. Bryn has sort of walked up
I'll
towards
just-
the edge.
Since he's doing that, I'll just move up to this point to be.
So you're going to kind of get a little bit of cover there. The rest of you, what are you doing?
Cover.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and hide where, just move forwards a little bit. And
Sort of hang back a bit.
Yeah.
Artex.
hang back and hide.
I'm gonna go over here.
Okay.
I can't pick up my guy, so I'm trying to hide over here.
Okay. I can't.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't pick him up.
Okay. So, Baron, you as you approach to the entrance of the southern entrance of the cave, you notice as you start looking around the corner, there's a small stone steps leading upwards. You see the glowing. The glowing gets a little bit more intense. Well, not intense, sorry, it's probably the wrong word. A bit brighter. You notice it's from like a little campfire that's been lit in the middle of the road. Are you going full out into the opening, or are you kind of?
Yeah, I'm gonna go out into the opening, but I'm gonna more walk probably away from the opening and more towards the water side, rather than so I can see it, but look as if I'm kind of just walking casually, like I'm kind of walk like a patrol. Like I said, as if I'm doing just gonna walk up against the water and then kind of roll around and then come back on myself, type of thing, as if you're walking a patrol route, go up and down. So I'm not really looking, but I'm kind of looking. So I'm kind of like I'm just taking a glance and just kind of like casually kind of walking, like as casual as a goblin can walk.
So I'd say if you walk, say that route, I'd say from what you can kind of see from visual level, is you just about see. I'll tell you what I can do. Let me just
see if anything, like any immediate danger or any kind of person I can see. Just kind of.
System in this for drawing stuff is.
If you're saying I have to get closer to see anything, then that's a different conversation altogether. I don't want to bring any attention effectively to myself.
Just give me 2 seconds. Right, there we go. Right, so I'd say you can probably see that. So as you approach the room, and you kind of swing to one side as if you're doing like a patrol, you notice as you look in, there's a stack of like crates and things in the background. There you see some boxes stacked high. You just about see the glow from. You notice where the glow's coming from. It's coming from this campfire that's kind of in the centre of the room, and that's about all you can see before you start turning around and come back. So you notice like the cave opens up to the left and to the right. But you can't see around that. You have to go in and across the mouth of the opening further to see towards the right as you look into the room.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the party, like kind of walk back to the party,
Yeah,
and then kind of just tell them what I kind of see, what I can see. So yeah, I can't see. There's no immediate dangers immediately around this corner that I can see, guys. In order for me to see more, I'm going to have to approach them and get closer, and then I risk being uncovered. From distance, it's easier for me to hide them, but close without a game plan, I'm not sure, honestly. I think, yeah, it might be better for a trained stealth person, possibly, maybe to take the lead on this one.
Yeah, we also got to take into account the senses of them.
Well, yeah. I should probably sneak up there and do some stuff like that and see what we have up here to face. While I do that, why don't y'all search the bodies of what we got? You never know. We might find a key of some sort.
I could potentially come behind you, Bryn, and like if you are uncovered, I could potentially, if they think I could try and pretend to be a goblin as if I've captured you, if they do spot you or something, and then we could play a little role play to get you closer to maybe take an opportunity attack on them or something. We could role play something there. What do you think?
You say the sweetest things, better.
Okay. I'll stay close. Let's try. I'll stay fairly close to him, as close as I can.
Okay, so for the moment, we'll say Bryn and Baron are walking up. Baron behind Bryn. Anybody else?
I think I'll stay where I am for a minute.
Okay. Anyone doing anything else? Or
Can I call Winnie
I'll move
to
closer to the
join me?
party.
I'm gonna move also a little bit closer.
I sort of
Okay, we'll say
indicate
Winnie
to
comes
Winnie.
up behind you. Who's moving closer, sorry?
Me.
I'll move. Well,
Okay, so Artex is
Half
coming up
minutes.
a little bit. And
then Artex.
where do you want to move to, sorry?
There where that orange hand is, or just in front of Josephina?
Okay.
Well, as long as I stay covered. Hidden.
Okay. So, Brune and Baron, is Brune going first? Not Brune, sorry. Bryn,
Yeah,
are you going first? And you're
Bryn's-
just going to hold back?
Yeah.
And you're going to go right out into the mouth of the thing now then? So can you roll stealth for me then, please?
I rolled a 19 plus 8. 27.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, that's why you're going first. He's so quiet. He's like he's got kitten's slippers on or something. I was trying to say something
I
funny.
was just fixing to say I have kitten's whiskers.
Yeah.
I have slippers made of kitten's whiskers. Yeah.
Yeah. Just that super. I can't. You get what I was trying to say. It failed.
Yes, I do.
Nice. Let me, okay. So as you creep forward, barely even making the wind rustle, you kind of edge forward into the mouth of the cave, and as you look in, you can now notice a warg campfire. So pretty much what Baron has said to you. There's more boxes towards the back. You notice the warg standing by the fire, and then towards the back you see a giant bugbear just kind of hiding behind a rock cover.
Hiding as in he's alert.
Bugbear.
Yes, they're all alert. They know that there's something going on.
What's a bugbear?
A bugbear's like a giant, furry, humanoid bear almost. I don't know how you explain it. So you see him head to toe covered in fur. He's wearing like leather furred armor. His face is kind of like a furry goblinoid face. I don't know.
Okay.
Pity I don't have animal handling.
Why? What would you do?
What would you do?
So what would you like to do now?
Handle animal. Who can see the goblet or the creatures inside? I'm sorry.
So far only Bryn. Oh god, yeah, Bryn.
Okay.
All these bees in the group.
Yeah. Kind of the rest of us are looking at stone.
So is
Miss,
it,
there's a picture for Joe. I sent in your Discord that you can look at it. If she wants to see
Ditto.
the bugbear.
Ditto. I shall sneak back to,
okay.
Baron.
So it's not a cute animal.
Not really.
No.
I sneak back to Baron and inform him. Let's get closer to the others so that we may whisper what I see.
Okay, let's go. Let's do
Okay,
it.
so you go backwards. towards Baron, and then you all retreat a little bit into the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gather round, gather round. Whispering, of course.
Stay well and listen.
Okay. It's game time, boys.
So,
What did you see?
Basically,
pointy bits.
basically, straight in front, in the middle of the room, is a campfire. Beyond the campfire, behind a column or a pillar or a stalagmite, is the bugbear. Just to the right, and in the middle of the room, next to the campfire, is a ward. Did I see the goblin is next to that pillar, Miz?
I would say not.
so where's the goblin we're looking for?
Because you'd have
There
to
may
actually
be
go
others.
into the room for that.
Yeah.
There may be others in the room. We're not looking for a goblin, we're looking for the bugbear. The bugbear is Cloud.
Oh.
Bugbear is the leader that he wanted us
Oh,
to
is the
keep.
bugbear's the leader?
Yes.
How far are they apart from each other?
The bugbear and the ward are maybe 10-15 feet from each other, at most 20. I think that's about right. When you say Miz,
20. I'd say the whole chamber
Looks
is
about-
about 25 feet by about so it's about 30 feet wide ish, about 25 feet deep. The wharf and the warg and the bugbear are about, would you say, about 15 feet between them?
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
At the most 20.
Can we lure one of them out if you threw something in the water?
I do not leave. They are alert and guarded. I think we should just rush them and take them as best we can. Start with missile weapons and then proceed to melee. Do you have any spells that could help us in this endeavor to make us either them easier to hit or worse off in trying to prepare, or guarding us, or preparing for yourself?
Thalin starts grumbling and saying, I've had enough of this standing around. My axe needs some blood.
How's that? How is all our health? How is
I
the health?
react on that and
You've mostly done stealth kills so far, so I think everybody's quite healthy at the moment.
Fallon has me in tow. Run will follow Fallon.
Let's go for it then. Come on.
Yeah, okay. Let's do this. Let's charge these suckers.
Which one first?
Okay.
I don't want to hit the warg.
Let's
So
do-
what order are we doing this?
But I don't want to hit the warg.
yeah. Who wants to go?
Who's going? What's your marching order? Who's going in first? Where are you standing?
Stealth attack.
Well, okay, I'm going to say Thalin is going to charge in first because he's fed up with all this talking.
Yeah, okay.
I said first. I didn't say he's going to.
Same.
Because there goes my sneak attack. Rush behind him.
Same.
Okay, so Bryn's going behind him. Then who?
I want to stand
Then-
about here. Who's
I'll
this?
go right after.
So Josephina's going to come round there.
So I can just shoot. Can I see the bugbear from now? I want to be somewhere I can shoot the bugbear.
Who's next? Sorry, Baron.
I'm going to. I'm not going to be the first in line for this one. I'll just
Kind of
gonna
hang back a little bit.
just slowly, just hang back a little bit. But as I'm hanging back, I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay.
So I'm going to give myself plus. So I'm going to just draw the moisture from the pool.
So you see them pools that are there, the small bits of water that were forming those rock pools, the moisture, they start kind of almost steaming, and the moisture comes up and just sort of swarms over to Baron, and you see this icy kind of armour glisten over him and then kind of just shimmer into existence.
Yeah. Can I miss just before I round the corner? Cast my cantrip, True Strike.
Okay.
Just before combat happens. It's a concentration that I keep. It's going to last till the next round for attack. It just gives me an advantage on my next attack.
Okay. So can you all roll initiative again, please?
Come on, baby. Oh, 16.
Natural
20
20.
altogether.
Where's my bugbear? Give me one moment. Okay, so he is going to have. And he's going to be, his initiative was 20. Okay. Then we have Ward, which has 4d10, that's a d10.
The only real spell I've got left is my healing. That's it. Just so you all know.
Good one to have, say that.
10.
As we all push onto those little stairs, I just whisper to everybody, remember they're short people that needs line of sight to shoot things.
Just stand underneath Talon's, stand between his legs. You have plenty of view.
And wear it as a hat.
Okay, and then there's another one. One more. 20, 13. Ah, too many things going on. I must make notes. Right, okay. Glog. Okie doke. Right. So, we'll go from the top. Bryn, what was your initiative, please?
I actually forgot. Hang on a second. I still got it rolled up. I think it's 20. I think it's 18 plus 4, 22. Let me check.
Oh, what do we add then? Is it
That's correct.
Initiative.
Excuse me, that's correct.
Initiative.
22.
So, okay, Bryn's got 22. Next up is Artex. What did you get, please?
20.
20. Okay, nice. Brune.
17, already moved.
Okay, thank you. Baron.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Am I rolling numbers here?
Initiative.
9.
Okay, that's a little, you
never
get a little bit better.
number.
I mean, one day you'll get above double figures. Josephina?
10.
10. Okay, you're purple. 10. I think that's everybody.
Did you have mine?
What's yours? So you're not
20.
on the chart. 20. 20, you are green, aren't you?
Green.
Yes, 20, yeah. Okay. So as you go charging into the room, Clark, you just hear this chuckle from the bugbear.
You foolish lot. I see you coming and we will eat you for dinner. How dare you? Bark! Attack them now!
Okay, so you're going to run in. I'll say there's no surprise round because they were expecting you. First up is their initiative. Okay. So the first up would be Bryn.
I'm assuming that one's in the way for the shot at the ward, correct?
Yes.
What about a shot toward the bugbear clog?
You can shoot at him, but he's under about 3/4 cover. So
That
the only one.
causes a disadvantage, correct?
No, he's under cover, so he has extra AC.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
plus 5 AC onto what he normally has.
Ooh, okay. I'll shoot at him.
Okay.
On the side note, how healthy is Valen?
I missed.
I have no
More
clue
than
actually
likely.
how healthy Thalen is. Has he put on his thing? He's got 20 written down, which I think is his life, so that healthy. I'd say he's got 20.
10 total, so I probably missed.
Yeah, so you just, you hear this sort of arrow go flying in, just as it smashes into the rock, and misses. So do you want to move anywhere, or are you just leaving it at that?
Yeah. I'll move up behind Dallin. Right behind him.
Just behind him, okay.
To the right side.
To the right, okay. You're going to
Yeah,
use him as
that
cover, okay.
Oops.
Okay.
There we go. Perfect.
So next up is Kane and Drake and Artex. So it's up to you which one goes first.
Artex, you can go. Do you want?
Sure, I don't mind.
Can we not block the doorways again, please, people?
That's why I am up against the wall.
Yeah.
Just saying that.
I'd like to move within distance, but not blocking the entrance of the bugbear, so that I can cast the 60 feet ice knife at the bugbear.
Okay. So
I do-
you're
I do
gonna
movement to go in
run.
and out again.
Are you gonna run in?
Yeah,
You don't have to stay at
Okay.
the door. You can go in and out.
but not blocking the entrance.
So let's say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. About here, or not that far.
If you want to move back out again,
Maybe here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So set at about 15 movement, and you're against the wall.
And
Okay.
ice knife. DC spell save.
So
15.
what's ice? What do you have to do for ice knife? Do you have to roll to hit, or?
Yeah, I do. Both hits.
Okay.
13.
And that misses.
oh,
So as you just you kind of run up and you thrust your hand forward, and you see this like ice form as it goes through the air. It starts getting bigger and bigger and turn into like a shape of like a dagger. As it does so, it smashes and glances into the rock that's the bugbear's just kind of ducks behind and manages to avoid the attack. Did you want to move back, or?
There's a secondary effect. The target of each creature within 5 feet, hit or miss, must succeed a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 cold damage.
Okay.
Loads.
In 5 feet, did you say?
Yeah.
So I'd say it's probably just the bugbear itself. How much? What did you have to roll? Sorry.
Dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity.
I'll
So
say 14.
11 plus 2, 13. So that hit.
Yep.
Miss. Well, he didn't save it basically because he needs. So what does he take?
2d6 cold damage.
Okay.
3, 4.
3 and 4, or 4 total.
3 and 4, 2d6.
Okay. So 7 points of damage.
Nice move, Artex. Nice move.
I love that spell. I've got it as well.
I like that too.
Okay. Yep. 7 points of damage. No problem.
Is that what the bugbear says, or the DM? No
What?
problem.
No problem. The bugbear's just no problem. Okay, so next up is did you want to move back, sorry, or is that the end of your turn?
I'd like to move back. If I can.
So we're back to about there.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, next up is Kane or Drake.
Okay. Where do I have to move to inside that cave where I could see the bugbear properly?
Properly see him, you would have to come, I would say, up to about here.
Well, you see,
Or, yeah, about there.
Okay, can I move that far?
You are 5,
Yeah.
10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15,
I'm 35.
20, 25. Yeah, probably not quite as much. Not quite. I would say you could probably move to about here, and then probably be half cover rather than 3/4, because it's a little bit more view.
Okay, let's try that. Okay.
Okay.
So you said, well, yeah, I'm gonna let you move, definitely.
Yeah, so about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I'd say like just on this edge here.
Okay, sweet.
He is tiny.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast my Witch's Bolt with my advantage to see if I hit him. Let's just hope.
3 out of 3 casters agree ice is nice.
I just have to see what my plus with it is. Sorry. It's a 2. Okay, I have 18 and a 5. Oh, brilliant. Wow. Okay, that 18 plus 4, 2, 3, 4, 22.
I would say that yeah, that hits.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Okay, Witch's Bolt does the 1d10. If I'm reading now, I'm reading the oh, nice. 1d12 lightning damage, and then I'm going to keep concentrating, keeping it on him to do damage each round.
Okay.
He takes 1 point of damage.
You kind of, that tickles.
Is that why they call Loki? That is
No,
what they call Drake the mosquito.
I'm going to have to re-roll around.
Okay, so as you kind of charge in, and the dark black energy kind of forms around your hand as you thrust it forwards. This energy sort of flies into him and covers over the bugbear, and he almost looks like he just shrugs it off, and it singes a few hairs of his fur, and you can kind of smell a little bit of burning from it. But other than that, kind of shakes it off a little bit.
Ah,
Okay, and that's my move.
I liked that fur, you bastard.
Can I just ask, did you say that you had advantage?
Yes, because of my true strike.
What? The spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next up is Thalin, and he's going to charge the warg in front.
There.
Charge, and he's going to
Rage. I would like to rage.
and he charges forward, and I don't know what the hell that does actually, but it sounds good.
He was so much politer. He was so much politer.
He was. This one like.
I would like to rage. I feel this energy flowing through me. I'm rather annoyed. This is my angry face.
Trinity side note, druids hate wargs because they're evil and unnatural.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Yeah.
Thank you. I did not know that.
So
So,
rages. Yeah, he's used his
angry.
last rage.
I didn't know that.
While
either.
raging, you gain the following benefits. If you aren't wearing armor, you have advantage on strength checks, and strength damage rolls when you have a melee weapon attack using strength. You gain a bonus to the damage roll. Blah blah blah. Your resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. Okay, nice. So he's going to roll his great axe for an attack. 9 plus 6, 15.
That's good that druids hate wargs.
Where's his armor class? Oh yeah, that hits. Okay, so he hits. And then it's 1d12. Is this the 12 one? I think so. Nearly a 10. 9 points of damage on the walk.
Snacky.
Okay, so that's it. So he rages, runs up with his axe, sort of like his teeth baring, like foaming at the mouth as he runs up, just hacks down onto the warg, and sort of cleaves into the side of its shoulder, just missing its head as it kind of goes to dart back. You just hear this sort of not that. That's weird. That's more like a goblin yelping. But you hear a yelp as the wolf. My throat is killing me doing all these goblins. Yelp as the axe buries into its side. In fact, shit, I should actually look at what they rolled so that they can have their turns. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it?
No, we can just keep going.
Just gonna let you keep going without doing anything.
What's I must have rolled. I thought they rolled really bad. I was thinking,
no, they actually rolled really well. So Glarg rolled a 20. So yeah, he should have been a little bit earlier. But anyway, so it's Glarg's turn now, and he is going to.
Are you saying Glog? I thought it was Clog.
Clog.
Okay, just making sure.
Blarg is the walk. Don't worry, it's too many names, too many things.
Clark, Snark, Clark.
So he's going to.
And their brother Daryl.
It's all goblin to me.
He's just going to kind of move. Going to move back further into the cave for the moment. Just kind of watch. Next up is the warg's turn. So now it's face to face with Thalin. It's going to attack Thalin. And it's going to do a bite attack, which is a +5 to hit. And of course I only roll a 4. So it's 9, which I think misses. So the warg kind of, after just having an axe buried in its shoulder, goes in for the bite, and Thalin just like rages and just you see him like hit him back with the back of his arm, pushes the warg's jaws to one side as it goes to bite, and it just bites thin air. So that's his turn. Next up is Brune.
Has anybody whispered to me about the little goblin on the right?
No one said anything, and no
Nope.
one see anything as far as I know.
Oh.
I may be able to see him now, but I hadn't said anything.
There's one
Can I
to
get
the
a
right.
I wanted to move up
Okay.
today.
5, 10, 15.
If I had a shot on him, well, if I see him by moving up,
Yeah,
else-
if you move to there, you can see him. Yep. Again, he's under cover because these were all alert that you were to your presence. They've all kind of ducked and hid behind cover, so he's also behind cover.
so there's no way I could move a little bit less and have him not out of cover. I'm always going to have him in cover.
You could probably move to maybe where Bryn is and have him under half cover rather than 3/4.
Take that.
Go for that. Okay.
Yes, because I just don't see me. I'm short, but Fallon will not enjoy if I start shooting arrows between his legs. And just, I'm not certain he's going to enjoy that, so I take out Envy. We have a little discussion about the evil goblins that have us in this dark, awful place. And, take a shot at Mr. Goblin.
Okay.
It's 18, believe me.
Okay. 18.
Yeah. Plus too many. 18 plus 9.
Oh, of course, yeah, you hit. Yeah. 18 plus a million, yeah, you hit.
6 plus 5, which is 6. 11 damage.
Okay. So as you lean in, you can just about see round the corner, and in the cover you manage to line your arrow up, look down the shaft, release the arrow, and as you do so, the arrow just flies through there. Hang on, you haven't got dark vision, have you?
Nope.
No.
But we've got the fire.
I'll throw another one.
I'd say, well, no.
We've got the fire now, haven't we?
Yeah, but it's only but it's like a glowing campfire, and this thing's round the corner. So anyway, that would have been to hit, and to be honest, roll again to hit. Is that what you just did? 13.
Yeah, well, that was with the second to hit.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Roll again.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. So yeah, the arrow just straight into its eye socket as it goes, and it kind of stumbles backwards as it's grabbing hold of the arrow, and then it just like slumps to the floor, and you actually kill that in one hit.
Oh, done. Yeah.
So
he's dead.
Nice.
And you don't think you got any more movement left, really?
No, if I had, I would move towards that one, but else I'm fine.
Okay, so next up is... So he's now gone. Is the other goblin from the other side of the room. And from where he is, he's going to jump out and... going to jump out and shoot at Drake. So, 20, 15 plus whatever goblins have. 15 plus blah, 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 to hit. Plus 4, 19.
That's a
Sorry,
hit.
yeah, 19. Okay. And then that's a 1d6.
Who knows how to do a concentration check?
2. So that's 4 points of damage.
Okay, but beyond that, who knows? I need to do a concentration check to see if I lose my spell now. But I've got no idea how to do a concentration check.
Roll a d20.
Okay.
And I think concentration.
I don't see it under skills.
It will be a... Let me just check. I think it's an intelligence.
A wisdom check.
Is it a
It's a
wisdom?
wisdom save.
It's
I think so. Could be wrong.
Survival. Is it?
I'll look it up real quick.
Sorry guys, we are still learning.
Yeah, this is the first time we've ever had to do a concentration check.
That's right.
So I understand the basic concentration check is that the only thing I don't understand is I think it's just a concentration saving throw actually. Constitution saving throw. So you should have, so on all your stats it should have a saving throw for them.
Yeah, I have, but Constitution sounds weird for us. Okay.
Well, maybe because you're like,
Yeah, okay. Constitution save. I have a +4, so 15 plus 4 is 19.
So you succeed on a DC of 10 basically.
Oh,
So you manage to carry on with the concentration of the spell.
Okay, and I take points of damage.
Was it 4, did I say? Have I not memorised the rules back and forth yet? No. Funnily enough, I haven't quite memorised the rules back and forth. I've got like a nice stack of about 10 books here that I'm working my way through.
You're correct. It is Constitution.
Yeah.
Sweet. Now we know for the future.
Okay, so yeah, you take your points of damage. The goblin's then going to dart back into cover. And then that's the end of the goblin's turn, and it's going to be one of you guys. Whoever's purple. Josephina.
Oh, me. Can I ask a quick question?
You may.
You know, so if I cast this spell, it says that.
Which one? The unicorn spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any creature inside or outside the aura, each. Hang on. You and your allies gain advantage on all ability checks.
Yeah.
Like, what's an ability check?
All ability checks made to detect creatures in the spirit order. That's just to detect creatures.
Okay, just to detect creatures.
So it's like perception and things like that. In addition.
Yeah, in addition, if I heal everybody.
Yeah. So what do you want to do? Yeah, Meridian, I've never played D&D before, so it's I've got everything to learn. I don't know how many weeks we've been playing now, but that's basically when I started with these lot. This was my first ever game of D&D, let alone DMing it. So it's a huge learning curve.
I think I'm going to just turn into wolf form.
Okay. Is that an action?
It's an action. I'm going to turn into my own wolf.
Okay. So Josephina is now. Did I give you a card
action.
in game for that?
Still got your movement, Jackie.
Yeah. So you're now a wolf. I'll just put you to one side for a minute.
And I'm going to beckon Winnie to come and join me.
So you're like, okay. So, but are you going to move or are you just staying there?
No, I think because I can't attack as well. Because that's another.
You can't
action,
attack, but you can move. So you're going to stay there and
I'll
beckon Winnie. So Winnie's going to kind of come up
on,
and
Winnie.
whoops, knock everybody over.
Get ready for this.
Get ready for this. Are you ready for this? Okay, so next up is Baron. He's probably fallen asleep by now.
Sorry. Okay. So I'm going to just. Oh, is there anyone left?
All of them. There's only one dead.
Two left.
There's
aren't
only
there?
one dead. There's one left. So I'm going to go. How far can I get in with my distance? I've got
5,
5, 10,
15,
20.
20, 25, 30. Were you 30 or 35?
I'm 30.
So about line with the fire pit.
Okay. So, but what I was thinking before was I was going to reduce my movement to 20.
Yeah, I was going to say I wouldn't. We'll discuss that later, but I wouldn't do that for now.
All right.
So I think that's going to hinder you a lot. So.
Okay. So we'll stick with. We'll go to third. I guess I'm just going to go into 30, right up to the fire.
Okay. So you move up into there.
Right up.
Okay,
Gonna go right up next to the fire, and then so I can see the wolf. And then I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at the wolf.
Okay.
Let me just make sure I've got all my things ready to go. I do. Okay. 15.
At the walk, did you say? Sorry.
At the walk, yeah, at the walk.
Yeah. Okay, so you can see him fine. His AC is 13, so yeah, that hits.
Okay, cool.
Right.
A D10. Plus 3. So D10 damage 2. Let me just check something. Yeah, D10. Barons. I still have to memorize this. I'm still trying to memorize this one off the top of my head. 10 plus 3. Yeah, okay, so 5.
10 plus 3 is 5.
No, no, it's not 10. I have to roll the dice of 10. So we got
sorry.
3 plus, and I give it. It was a dice of 3. Oh, sorry, it's not 5. It's a nice. It gives it another 3, so it's 6. 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Okay.
Because I've got agonizing blast, so I get to use my charisma modifier.
Okay, that was the warg, wasn't it? 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So as you come, like, you kind of stumble up towards where the fire is. You bang your staff onto the floor, and as you do so, this blast comes from it, and this dark energy starts forming around the top, and then you thrust your staff forward, and it hits into the side of the warg, and as you notice, it's just like, it whimpers as it like hits the side, and you almost see the impact of it as it hits, and this dark energy kind of pulsates through the fur, and it whimpers and looks quite bad shape already now after the 2 attacks. Anyone else? Not anything else, sorry. Do you want to move anywhere? I don't think you can, so that's the end of your turn.
I can. I'm at the end of my go.
Yeah. So that's end of round 1, so we go back up the top to round 2, and we have Bryn first, please.
Because I can't see.
You know the distance is better than I do, but I would like to move. I would like to there.
Okay, that's about
just
5,
so that I
10,
could get the
15, 20. It's about 20.
So I could get a. That's 20. That's 20 where I am.
Yeah.
I want to move to where I can shoot the wolf.
The wolf.
The warg. The warg.
So a little bit further than I'd say, out there. So you were there, that's about 5, 10, 15, 20, I'd say about 25.
So do I have a clear shot of the wolf and a warg and a clear shot of the bear?
You have a clear shot of the warg, I'd say half cover for the bugbear. It's kind of in a nook back there.
And I shall take aim at the warg.
Okie dokie. Using what, your bow? Or?
Correct.
So you get sneak attack as well because Thalin's attacking him in melee range.
Thank you. I was hoping so because the warg was so distracted by by Thalin.
He's like, don't worry, guys. I'm patting this on the head. 15 hits, yeah.
Plus the 6, so 21. D6 plus 4. And then
if I mess the
D6.
cameras up again, I always keep messing. Oh no, that's right.
What happened when?
Okay, so I rolled a 2 plus 2 plus 4 equals 6. And sneak attack damage is 5, so 11 points total.
Okay, so that finishes the warg off. You just, as you sneak around to the side of the rock, you fire your arrow, and you just see it stick straight into the opposite side of where Baron's blast hit, and you just hear this almost silent whimper as it then kills over and lays flat on the floor.
Might be unnatural, but I still feel sad.
I would.
He's dead! Actually, I don't need to do that on this one, I just remembered. There you go.
It actually had a little animation to do that. That was nice.
Okay.
Gonna make a fine rug.
So that was can I move to 55 for that?
25, yeah.
I'll stay where I am then.
Okay. So next up is Artex and Drake.
Drake, you can go first.
Okay, before I do anything, thanks. I'm just saying, somebody get this bloody goblin to the left, taking cover, shooting at me. And that's just what I'm was calling out as I'm doing my stuff.
Yeah,
I'm going
that's your action done.
move it.
No, I'm just...
Here by the crates somewhere, so that I can
Okay.
just have still a much better clear shot of the wolf dude, and let my spell continue hitting him.
Yeah.
And he takes a 9.
9 points of damage.
Yeah. Charges
Okay.
down the line, he gets hit by electricity.
Okay. Does that count as your action, or is it to just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to concentrate, which means that by
Okay, so as you
concentrating the spell, I
kind of
can't
move
take
to
no
keep
actions.
focus on him, you sort of the focus, you concentrate hard on him, and you notice all of a sudden this energy flashes over his body again, and he starts shaking as this electricity flows through him. It's like, oh, you bastards! Yeah, covers him, and he starts like starting to smell as the fur on him is burning up a little.
Gotcha. Now you're something. I couldn't think of anything witty.
Did you want to move back, or are you staying where you are?
No, I'm staying there just in case if he moves and takes cover, then my spell's buggered. So I'm making sure I can see him.
Okay, so next up is Artex.
So this fellow over here is still alive.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
I'm going to move over
there's
here
another one around the corner.
and shoot him with my longbow.
Okay, so you're back here. It's 5, 10, 15,
Well,
20,
it's
25,
just-
30. It's quite far. I don't think you'll make it all the way around there.
Hang on a second. No, sorry, I didn't see that.
You move here.
Yeah.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, about 25. Get you to about there. And shoot him with your longbow.
Thanks for the cover, bro.
1.
As you go to shoot the goblin, you just decide to head for Drake instead. Okay, yeah. So...
No, it's legit.
No, we won't roll to see if he hits you. I'll just say this time it just as he shoots the bow, it kind of you pull back on the string, and your string just flicks, and the arrow just like shatters in your hand rather than actually firing off the bow. So next up is Clark's turn. He's going to charge at 10, 15, 20, charge at Brune. And then he's going to somewhere. Right, that can go for a minute. Don't need you now. Let's try with this one instead. Okay. So he's got his Morning Star swinging. He's going to roll this, and you watch me do a really crap low roll as always now. 11 plus 4, 15.
Barely hits.
Barely hits. Okay. That's 2d8. Where's my d8s gone? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 points of damage.
Actually,
So he runs towards you. Get out of my way! And he gets his morning star and just does like a backhanded swing and smacks into your chest. You kind of take the full brunt of it as it hits you into the chest, and you kind of try and dodge out the way, and it just sort of hits into you. You manage to absorb some of the initial damage from it, but obviously still cracks into your ribs with the strength and force behind it. After that, he's going to do nothing else. So it's the end of his turn. He's gone. So next up is Thalin. So okay, so Thalin's going to
still raging.
Thalin's going to still raging. He's going to charge behind. 5, 10, 15. That's fine. And he's going to hit him from behind. 10 plus, I think it was 4. That's probably a miss. Let me have a look. One second.
Does the rage do make it an advantage?
No, he's got a resistance as an advantage for other things. Oh, plus 6. Okay, 16. So he hits. Well, 1d12. That's not a d12 because it's 14 points of damage, so that's not right. I'm happy with that d12. It's even got a 20 on that d12. 4 plus 4, that's 8 points of damage. Okay. So let me just have a quick look.
How's he looking, the bugbear?
I'll tell you now. Pretty bad, actually. Okay. So yeah, Thalin comes charging up behind him with his axe, and he just does like jumps over the walk, and as he does so, he does like an overhead axe swing and just straight into the back of the bugbear, and you just hear this like as this axe just thruds straight into the back of him, and kind of like blade slices right in. You just see this blood start spilling out through the fur as the bugbear's like and he kind of almost slumps and falls forward, just missing Bryn. Manages to stand up and grab hold of the kind of the rock and stand back up still, but yeah, he's looking in a really bad way at the moment.
Let's subdue him, guys.
So next up is Brune.
I can get in his face with my 2 swords.
Well, you can get in. You can get up to his knee.
I can punch him in the balls. I said. I mean.
Just remember, guys, we don't want to kill him. If we can, like, somehow take it back to the other fellow, we might get a sweet deal.
But before we were gonna do, seeing the size of this guy, I think maybe the whole of Baron can transform into his head, and we can maybe just take a head back.
Maybe. Unfortunately, I have to transform into the limbs. It has to be like a full representation. I can't just.
And you're not going to be able to do this bugbear, are you?
Yeah,
I don't think so. Not
we
the size
can't
of-
talk about-
how big is a bugbear? I mean, this is off. This is just a casual chat out of character.
It looks bigger than you.
No, he's definitely bigger, but in real, the scale. The scale's not right. So.
He's bigger than Thalin.
15
But
foot,
he's,
12 foot,
he's 8 foot something.
8 foot.
Bugbear's only about 2 meters, 2.5 meters. I don't know what that is in foot.
2.5 meters is 8 foot.
8 foot. Yeah, that's 2. I'm only.
It's 6 and 8 feet tall.
I could appear to be a.
350 pounds.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, no way.
Yeah.
No way.
way.
I could be a small version of him. He might notice.
Can I get in his
So you're a big goblin and a small bugbear.
Yeah,
One,
exactly.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, you can get to
Might
him.
be enough. Might be enough to sneak it.
5, 10,
Yeah.
15, 20. I'd say 25. It'll take you
Yeah.
full movement to get to his
Yeah.
foot.
While I rush over to him, tippity-dat. I take out my 2 short swords, one being an action, one being my
Bonus action.
attack. Yeah. So, rolling 5 plus 7 for a 12. No, sorry, that is D12.
The other D12.
Anyway, that's 12. And
Wow.
oh, it's nothing better. And 11.
To hit.
Yes, the 2 hits was.
The total.
No, it's
That was-
2 short.
Two separate
swords.
Steady, steady.
Yeah, but I mean, you said 11 and 12. Is that with your plus? Don't you have like plus 9 to hit with those?
I've got plus 7s to hit with them.
Okay. So you
I
both.
rolled a D12 on the first one, but seeing that it was a 5 and it fits in a D20, so I took that one and I took the 4. I mean, my
Okay.
D20 was weird.
So basically, you run up and you pull both your blades and you just swipe at him, and in the darkness, you're just flailing away, not really seeing what you're hitting, and you just hit and carve the fresh air, like. And the bugbear just kind of looks at you like swaggering with his axe buried in his back. Just going,
I was tired, it was full.
Okay, so that's the end of your turn.
And you got
Next
mesmerized by his
up
balls.
is the goblin again. So he's gonna once again jump out and shoot at Drake. It's like peekaboo. Oh, for fuck's sake! And he's just gonna completely miss. And he's gonna run back and dart behind again. Please
Leave me alive, I don't want to fight, really.
Ah,
Is that what he really says?
yeah.
I don't want to fight. Leave me alive.
hey guys, let's take that one prisoner. Let's climb up.
And the bugbear.
And the
We don't
bugbear.
have enough, we don't have enough rope.
So next
One
up,
next
sorry,
to
is Josephina.
I'll say, come on, Winnie, this is our opportunity. And we.
You mean you go?
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, Winnie. Come on. Let's get in there. Let's kill this bugbear. And we both race in and attack the bugbear. And we
I'll
have
just shut the book on the wolf.
pack advantage.
Please tell me you're going to try and knock him out.
You can't both run at the same time.
Well, okay,
Oh,
I
you can
run
forget-
and Winnie's with me. We're a pack, aren't we? We're a wolf pack.
1 second. What's your movement as a wolf?
I'm not sure actually.
You want me to do your homework for you as well? Right, okay. 40 foot.
40
Okay,
foot.
So you, it's getting a bit tight around there, but
Is it? Okay, sorry. I
Uh,
don't think it's
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, I'd say you can make it. So you come up around here. Don't worry that you're falling over. I'm never going to get you to
Don't
lift
worry
down
about
there.
it.
Dominoes!
Okay, so you don't get. It's pack advantage in any ally, isn't it?
Yeah, any
One of the wolf's allies, yeah. So the Winnie's not going to run up there, but because you can't take your turn at the same time, but it's your turn anyway, so you got advantage.
Okay.
So roll to hit with advantage.
Is it?
So D20 times 2. $12. And then you've got your to hit though, isn't it? So you probably got a +4,
Upside
so
down.
16. 16 against the bugbear. That hits. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
16. Okay, so.
Yeah, because you got +4 to hit.
What do I have to roll to?
What do you have to roll to
damage?
attack? You need to roll 2d4 +2.
Jeez. Oh, there we go.
Thank you.
2 points of damage. Okay.
+4, you said, though.
Oh, +2, so 4 points of damage.
4 points.
How do you want to do it?
Middle into the.
Jump onto his shoulders and bite him as hard as I can on the shoulder.
So you come charging up. You kind of leap off of Thalin, who's there, and you bounce off of him and then land onto the bugbear's shoulder. As you do so, you just bite in deep right into like the shoulder by his neck, and you just see this like you hear this like horrible like ripping sound as you rip the flesh away from the side, and it just like blood splurts flying across the room. The cave kind of starts getting filled. The bugbear just sinks to his knees and slowly collapses forward, holding on to, as you sort of like grip into the rock as he falls down. Blood just starts pouring out, and you're left like standing on top of him, as he's laying flat on his face.
Oh.
And that is one dead.
He's dead.
Bugbear. Yes.
Oh, good.
You could have.
Never mind, Winnie. Next time.
So that's the end of your turn. Winnie, what do you want to do with Winnie?
Well, Winnie may as well try and attack this little goblin round the
5,
corner.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 45,
got no
40. Not going to make
attack,
it, so he's only going to get to about there.
Okay, don't worry, Winnie, hang on.
Okay, and then it's Baron, you're next.
Yeah, so I'm just going to, so I can see this rather scared, timid little goblin around the corner.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try and blow him to smithereens with an Eldritch Blast.
You die now.
Okay.
I try, I mean, to see what happens. Oh, crap. What was this? Shit. 7, 10.
10 to hit. I think that misses.
That's alright.
It does, yeah.
Okay, I miss.
Okay, so you just.
But I am going. I do have a bonus action.
Yeah.
And because I feel fancy and I want to try it out, I'm going to hit him with my hex. I have it's called the Hexblade's Curse. So I'm going to. He's within 30 feet of me, so I'm going to hit him with that basically. So the target is cursed for 1 minute. The curse ends early if the target dies, or I die, or whatever, or incapacitated. Until the curse ends, you gain the following benefits. You gain a bonus to damage rolls against the cursed target. The bonus equals your proficiency bonus. Any attack roll against the target is a critical hit and roll blah blah. And if the curse dies, I regain hit points equal to my warlock level plus my charisma modifier. Okay.
Nice. That's your. So you kind of sort of say sort of like this incantation, and you just see this like dark shroud cover the goblin very briefly, and then just disappear, almost like as if it absorbs into him. He's now cursed or hexed.
Just a question, but how do you get that as a bonus action?
It says bonus action.
That's how it is.
As a bonus action, choose one creature within 30 feet of you. It just says that.
Oh, from the spell, from Eldritch Blast.
The spells. No, it's not Eldritch Blast. It's a hex.
It's not. It's a Hexblade Curse. It's a class feature.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's the end of your turn. We're on round 3, and it's back to Bryn's turn.
Get in there. Get in there.
I pop out and put an arrow in his scalp.
Okay, you kind of clamber over all this mess. Stand on top of this walk. One foot rested on that walk.
Just a nice pirouette on the way as well.
It's so good to have so
athletics.
It's just like, oh, I can twirl, Billy Elliot style,
360,
as he flies around the
headshot.
thing.
360 headshot. I love it.
Pulls his arrow out as he spins.
My acrobatic skill is good, yes? I rolled a 15 plus 6, 21.
Okay, that definitely hits. So yeah, he does this like spin in the air, releases the arrow as he's flying and spinning around.
Wow, I did not do that.
Go on.
And I rolled a 1 plus 4, so 5 points.
5 points of damage.
And that was not a sneak attack, correct?
That was not a sneak attack because no one's near him. No.
Correct. You can't sneak to do any
5 points of damage was it? As you say.
Correct. I'll double check, but I believe that's correct.
Okay. Next up then is. Or did you want to move back or stay where you were?
I was. Let me look at the again. I'd like to move to the right, please.
Up here.
They're about right there. That's
Okay.
good.
So Drake and Artex, you're next.
Okay, you little bugger. Do you mind if I go, Drake?
Go for it.
Because this guy shot at me. I want some kind of revenge.
I want revenge. You will be mine.
Since you want to be there in cover, I cast bonfire right on him.
You
He
burn
has
now.
he has to make a saving throw. Dex 12. DC 12 for his dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. Okay, he's got a +2 on that.
Oh, bugger! I shouldn't have chosen dexterity.
Oh, he rolled a 2. So, a whole 4. He's like,
I can dodge this fire. It's fine.
And he takes 7 points of damage.
okay. So you just hear this like as his fire starts from his feet and then it just overwhelms and starts swooning up, and you just smell all this burning gobbling flesh as it just sears over him, and then it just engulfs into him. The flames start pouring into his mouth as he's breathing in, and the screams just slowly fade out as he turns into a pile of ash on the floor.
Barbecue.
You now have a roasted goblin, and that is the end of combat. Well done.
Yay! High five! Hold on.
So
well done,
I
everybody.
understand this because he's got a hex blade on him.
You now
if
get
the current
healed.
target dies, I get healed equal to my warlock level, so I'm a warlock level 2.
Yep.
And then I guess I know my charisma modifier is +3, so
Yeah.
I get 5. So
Yep.
I was at 10 health, so I now get my full health again. So I'm back to full health at 15.
Brilliant.
That's neat.
There you go. That was
Nice.
worth doing.
That's very
Nice.
Absolutely.
Wow, I'm guessing this is a class from Xanthias or something like that.
Yeah, but partly, yeah.
It's very, very cool.
I'd like to take this chance to scurry up and try to salvage a couple of my arrows, please.
Okay.
This
How many
this
did you
bugbear
fire?
is-
How many did you shoot?
I shot 2 here, and I shot 2 into the goblins back there.
I've forgotten how many I've
I
shot.
would say you recovered two of them. The 2 that were in the other goblin just went up in smoke with with the goblin. You might be able to find the arrowhead, but yeah, they burn.
Good
It
question.
looks like there's a lot in a room, shall we search the room?
Hold on. Quick question. This bugbear, right? He's like an dead. We can't stave him or stabilize him in any way.
No, he got ripped to shreds.
Let's
Ah,
search
okay.
him.
He's missing a shoulder.
I think
He's
he's
bleeding
currently
out.
been. I think he's been eaten.
Try and stick on the shoulder, see if that works. But
Damn.
So
Okay.
asking Fallon if he wants to wear him like a suit, not gonna happen. If we skin him and
We simply cut his head off and take it with us.
Yep.
yeah,
Trophy time.
Let's search him.
I'm just going
chop the head
to.
off.
I'm just going to go over because I've got resistance to fire and use
it's gone.
the
It's gone.
the rug. I was going to pat it down, try and put it out. It's
Oh
not
shit!
okay.
Yeah, the rug would have taken would have caught flame. Oops.
just stomping it out at the moment whilst you guys.
It does tend to stink, does it not, Baron?
It does. It does. It does, my friend. Just pat it out. Okay, let's search.
I want to
the room, guys.
ransack
Let's
the
bring-
place.
let's
I
bring
need
some-
some provisions.
Let's see if there's any alcohol. I need a drink.
Magic potions.
Anything.
Okay, so as you look around the room, you notice that there's like sacks of food and crates of like looted provisions that the goblins have been gathering and things over time. You presume from this like ambush that they've been setting up on the road, and this is how they've been managing to capture and take provisions. You do notice on some of the boxes that there's that blue lion's crest that you saw on one of the wagons that went past. In the crates that you see that they're like mining supplies and things like that, which so you presume that it's probably been on it. It was like trade that was on its way to Phandelver.
Isn't there supposed to be a dwarven prisoner or pet?
I think it's in a
So
good
yeah, so there's a lot of stolen sort of provisions and things lying around from that. So you can see like pickaxes, all that sort of stuff. There's also a locked chest at the back of the room where Clark first started out, and you notice. What do you want to do? Anyone who's searching? Then want to do perception. Someone will take lead on searching for things.
Who's got the best? Who's the best at searching?
I'm only looking for a
+6.
alcohol miss. I'm not really doing a super search, so I'm just
Okay.
If there's any obvious alcohol, I'll just.
You
grab
mean
it.
I've only got a +1 in investigation.
I'm still a wolf.
I'll do it. +6.
So what's your roll?
Oh, 3. So +6 is
I
9.
got 6 and 7, so I got 13.
Okay. You notice from within, hidden like beneath the sacks, that there's a tiny statuette of a like jade-coloured frog, and it's got tiny little golden orbs as its eyes.
Hypnotoad.
So yeah, it's a small little frog. So 2 golden eyes that you notice the light glinting off of those when you're searching. It's about small enough to fit in your pocket. It's not too big.
Do we see him finding this or not?
I might, because I'm close to him, I would imagine.
I found a really interesting orb frog thing with eyes, guys.
Thank you.
No, you do.
Is it magical?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Does it
I'm
have
not
any?
anything. I'm not that person.
Okay, so he kind of shows you it and add it to the loot.
I just want to quickly look at it and try and discern if it's with my arcane knowledge, if I recognize it, if it's magical or anything like that.
No booze, miss. Can I not find? That's all I'm really looking for, really.
You just find like really nasty goblin wine laying around. I mean, it's pretty high alcohol content.
Oh, you get drunk.
It's pretty smooth. Pretty smooth.
But if you need a drink, it's fine. So sorry, arcane. You do an arcane check on the frog statue if you like.
Yeah.
You roll for that.
19 plus. Oh, I've got a +1. 20 altogether. I've only got
Okay.
a +1 on it.
From what you can tell, it just looks like an ordinary statue. Just quite an ornate one. Probably may well belong to somebody that's been ambushed or raided. You can't tell, but there's no magical properties that you can tell from it.
I inform Baron. Doesn't seem like any magical item or that anything I recognize, and I hand it back to him.
Just bizarre eyes.
Okay.
While he does that, I'd like to check out the chest to see if it might be trapped and then also locked.
Do the investigation. Is it investigation?
Key is probably on one of the bodies.
Or is it perception for traps? Traps is perception, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
So which is it? Investigation for traps or
Perception. Perception.
Total is 7.
Okay. As far as you can tell, it doesn't look like it's trapped, but it is locked.
I would attempt to pick the lock then.
Okay.
Now, when I look this up, this is a question I need to ask you anyway. And I got both down here. I did the calculations and everything. Do you do it based off of perception, or do you do it based off of investigation?
For the pick lock-in?
Yes, sir.
That's a dexterity, so that would be like based off a dexterity check.
Do you have thief tools to aid you?
Well,
so if you're
actually, when I looked it up in the rules, it was perception, and then the only reason I listed investigation is basically what it is perception. It's either perception mod or investigation mod. The only reason I include investigation mod is because of critical role. The perception is perception mod plus 2 times the proficiency bonus, which is from the dex. Well, not proficiency bonus, but it's perception plus proficiency. So at least that's what it did when I looked it up.
Well, on this cheat sheet I got, it says dexterity pick lock is a dexterity mod, and it says proficiency with thieves tools allows a player to add their proficiency bonus check.
Yeah.
That's very safe.
So that's dexterity then, isn't it?
Say it one more time, read it again, because it sounded very familiar.
Proficiency with thieves tools allows a player to add their proficiency bonus to checks made to open locks and disarm traps.
Right, but did you look up how to disarm and to open and disarm traps? That's what the thing is. It took me a while to find it.
It's in this cheat sheet that I got. It's under dexterity.
Okay, that's something I can do later, but I'll go off of dex. So dex is +4, and then the proficiency bonus times 2 would be 4, so that'd be a +8. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure I do it right.
Hi, Joe DM.
Yeah.
Eight and 11, 19.
Oh. Right.
8 plus 11, 19.
Okay. Yeah. So you managed to pick the lock. No problem. Sorry, I was just trying to sort something else out. So.
Sure.
We're probably going to find the key on one of the bodies. You do realize.
That's what I was wondering. That's what I was wondering. We mess it up and then we find the key.
Yeah, practice makes perfect.
Okay. So as you open the lock, you find inside the box 600 copper pieces.
Whoa.
110 silver pieces. 2 potions of healing.
Ooh, that's handy.
I'm not writing this down.
Say it again, then. 600 copper.
600 copper. 110 silver. Yeah, someone dropped out of our Zoom meeting, so it's messed everything up a little bit, I'm afraid.
Who's that?
Was it Loki?
No, it's Jen, I think. Yes, 600 copper, 110 silver pieces, and 2 potions of healing.
2 potions of healing. Did you say gold, didn't there, or no gold?
No gold.
No gold. Cheap.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna. Oops.
While everybody is ransacking that,
Yeah.
I search the war chief, bugbear, teddy bear,
Okay.
and after I've searched him, I take a big knife for me
Wow.
and cut his head off.
Okay. So yeah, you search the body. You manage to find. You kind of put your hand in places that maybe you don't really want to tell people as you kind of search in, and you manage to, as you find this like pouch, and in it you just find this small key, which is indeed to the chest that Bryn managed to prise open anyway.
I say, Bryn.
Spare key.
Yeah,
After that, you just cut the bugbear's head off, and you kind of just hold it up to everybody, saying, "I've got it. It's all right. It's mine."
Nice trophy.
Okay, guys. Just because of time and everything, this is a good point to end it. So, as much as we'd like to keep going on, I know that we're pushing it for late time, and I'm sorry we had a lot of issues to start off with. But hopefully you all enjoyed it. Thank you everybody in chat for joining us once again. Very much appreciate it. If you haven't given us a follow, please hit that follow button. Make sure you give us a follow. All support is very much appreciated. As I said at the start, and I say every time, we are learning D&D. For most of us, we've only been playing a few months now. This is all new to us, which is why we're playing this campaign, which is actually, so far, it's been quite a nice campaign. I'm enjoying it. And so hopefully you guys are enjoying it as well. If you've got any feedback, !Discord, you're welcome to come and jump on there and give us some feedback about the show. More than happy to have a chat and carry on. Otherwise, yeah, thank you for joining us. Make sure you catch up next Friday. This happens every Friday. We should be still continuing. There's a few people that are a little bit absent now and again, but that's okay. We'll do our best to cover those. Otherwise, if you're if you missed the beginning of this or any of the other episodes, I'm a couple behind, which I'll try and get sorted as soon as possible. They're uploaded. I just need to do the details for them, to be honest. So I'm a couple behind. But so !YouTube or the links there are in Asylum. If you go and click there, you can come and subscribe to our channel, and you can see all the past broadcasts as well. And finally, thank you to Asnog, who gives us all the content on D&D Beyond, so we can use this wonderful thing and help level up our characters. And also thanks to our patrons and subscribers and everything else, which helps keep the show running, because as you can see, we have loads of technical issues, and the more we can put towards that to make sure that it doesn't keep happening, the better. So yeah, we really appreciate it, guys. Hope you're enjoying it. Otherwise, just being here, we just appreciate the support for you all being here. Thanks everybody for playing. As always, it's been a pleasure. And if you're not going to watch us doing Star Citizen, just roll on Friday. Goodbye, folks.
Roll Friday.